it up, gon' free it up, gon' free it up, gon' free it up.
Yes, sure. Yes, sure.
It's popping, man. Hey, that shit, it always catch me off guard. I'll be trying to hurry up and move and do all this. Now it's just like, man, y'all niggas gonna see me setting up.
Nah, they don't see that part anyways. Cause
no, I'm sitting right now because I'm about to
No, I feel you. I be doing, that's why I give it like that little, minute, 2 minutes. Cause I'll be on my end getting all of my stuff lined up, and then I start the little, the preview video and shit.
Yeah, no, I got you. I was wondering what that delay is, because usually that shit just comes straight on.
Yeah, no, that's me just getting everything and shit before I really get to going.
Got you. I got you. That link be popping up long as shit now, like, man.
Huh. Hold on, give me 1 second.
Oh, yeah, go cheap. All right. Did that shit go through? Okay, yeah. All right, so for the people who's watching right now and shit, I just now put the link up on my page on Facebook. Let me get into this chat. Oh, who we got up in the building? Neff is in the building early. Got Neff in the building early. What's popping with Neff?
Peace to the guys, man. Peace to the guys.
Young guy.
Man. It's open today? It's open show?
It's all good. It's open show. Hey, where you at? You out in Vegas?
Hell no.
What's up with you, man?
What's up with self, man? What's up with the guys?
No. Hanging in there.
I see we got Alicia in here early. What's popping, Alicia?
What up?
Hey, you guys had the show on what? Like twice last week or just once?
Yeah, we did have it.
Twice.
Yeah, we did, yeah.
Okay. I was all right. I was trying to figure out. I ain't getting no link, but I was watching from the sideline.
That was that wild one with the okay, so yeah, that was with bro.
Yeah. He would have pulled up on that one. That show was different. That show was definitely different.
Man, where Droop at, man? Where the I am Droop at, man?
I am Droop.
You in here, man. Come on, tap in with the guys one time.
You see the link? I'm gonna do the goddamn intro.
I know, right? Yeah, okay, run that.
Welcome to another episode of the podcast where you can come to free your mind and help others free theirs. I'm your co-host, and I go by the name of Woon, and I'm all about balance like the sun and the moon. What's popping?
Hey, man, I'm the other co-host, man. I go by the name of Selfmade. You got to tap into self to know thyself. Y'all know. Y'all already know what it is.
Yeah, no.
Peace.
Hey, on some different type of time. Have y'all ever tried this shit right here? You see that?
Vanilla chai. What is it's backwards? What does it say? What does it say?
The Boathouse Farm. It just it's like Naked. It's like that type of brand type shit. But this shit is fucking fire as hell. I ain't even going over with you.
For real? What is it? Milk?
Fire. It tastes almost like milk, but it's not.
What is it?
Juice.
Like from what fruit or like is it coconut? Is it coconut milk or? Why this nigga said juice?
Retarded.
It's like multiple juices or something, multiple fruits in that bitch.
Nah, I'm finna.
Oh, it's tea.
Yeah, exactly. But hold on, wait. Yeah, so it got ultimately soy milk in this motherfucker for sure. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
I had to. Oh, shout out to Jasmine. I see you up here. You fuck with this, Jasmine? It is fire as fuck. I'm not gonna hold you.
For real?
Hell yeah.
Oh, that's stupid.
Yeah. I'm talking about
this motherfucker.
niggas to eat cereal with this shit.
That nigga drinking it straight. That's why I'm like, this look like some milk. Nigga, you just drinking some milk.
Put this shit in your coffee.
That's what the niggas. That's what you gotta show when we be whooping niggas. Like, hey, get him some of that, bro. That nigga needs some of that. Don't even say milk no more. Hey, give him some of that right there, man. That's hella stupid.
Oh, shit. Fuck. All right, let me get back focused and shit, man. Oh, what's up, lady? I see you in the building.
Peace.
Miss Christian.
Peace to everybody jumping on.
Early. Have we been on this motherfucker on a Monday? When was the last time we did a Monday?
It's been a minute. I kind of like how we just be popping up on niggas, you know, like, yep, we here today. You know what I'm saying? Let's get some of this information in.
Right. Hey, people are actively still for the ladies that's in the building. I don't know if y'all saw the clip that I just now posted. And to be honest, that clip is from like, what was that?
Years, like at least a year or two.
Is it some years?
For sure, I think so.
Some years, huh?
It was last year for sure. If not, it might have been like late 23 or early 24.
Yeah, because it was a minute ago for sure. But did y'all see that? Is it a gender role when it comes down to the protocol of somebody coming into your house and there's babies in the house and your dude supposed to grab blick, or who grabs blick first? Do y'all women feel like the dude off top got to grab blick? Or if you in a position to grab blick and go handle that, would you feel comfortable doing that? Or do you expect your man to do that shit?
Yeah. Please answer. Drop something in the chat.
Well, Jasmine, you said
if I'm closest, I'm grabbing it. Okay.
Oh, I didn't see your comment. I know that you said that you was gonna comment on it, but I didn't see it. Like, you know what I mean? But okay, see? So you part of the blick gang, all right?
You stupid. The nigga said you part of the blick gang. Nah, I got blicks and I definitely am comfortable. Okay, so we got a whole bunch of y'all in there grabbing blicks then, huh? Y'all running to the So wait. So
I'm gonna check it right now for sure. I'm gonna look at that shit. What's up with Drew in the building? I gotta watch these comments and I gotta see Facebook.
Drew in here?
No. The big homie Drew. Gang, Rough Riders. Drew.
I'm gonna have mine just like he gotta grab his. We a team. So what y'all gonna do? Y'all gonna just, you feel me, nigga, aim down sight or at the door type shit? Or like, what y'all finna do with the kids? Just tell the kids, like, give them a protocol. How does that work? Y'all just going, hey, I'm gonna see y'all in a second. Let me go handle this real quick, and then we gonna come back to y'all. Or is like one person finna go grab that, and then how y'all? What's the? Is there? I mean, there ain't really a specific order. It depends on how the shit go down for real. But I'm just thinking, like, if you do got kids in the house, do they just hunker down in the room? They know to hunker down in the room while y'all handle y'all business?
She said, I'm thinking the
kids finna come out the room too, nigga. On some blood diamond type shit. Boy, they finna have AK strap. You know what I'm saying?
Baby Drakes and shit. Huh. Hey, there ain't nothing. Hey, especially because she out here, Nevada, it's an open carry state.
Yeah, boy. That is true. Yeah, it's different
out here.
That is different.
I'm a law, but no, I was gonna say I'm a law abiding, but it's law abiding to have a blick. So yeah, I got a blick. I can pull up.
Huh. You said they better get in the field too. Taking my daughter to the range at 10. Hey, I'm on that. I fucks with that for real, because that's what these other ones be doing.
For sure. So I guess if we go back to that scenario and shit, right? So so I guess we have like a pre-game and shit, just like how you like in school and shit, you got like fire drills and shit like that, to where the kids know to go to this one little spot and then the parents handle that. Because sometimes in real time, like the kids may be panicking and shit, so there may need to have somebody there to see them, to keep them calm and tell them to and pop them if they too loud and shit like that. But I don't know.
They to get to screaming and shit, because different. Kids, especially kids that ain't been trained for a situation like that. Because you could talk about it, you could tell your kids and be like, that's just the same example I be using when we be talking to certain Christians and shit. Right. And it's like, how do you know that the fire hot until you touch that motherfucker? So in the same scenario, it's like, yeah, you could be telling your children like, hey, when this happens, I'm going to need you to do this. When this happens, I'm going to need you to do this. But as soon as it hits to where it's like, oh, this shit's real and now I really got to do it, there could be a sense of panic that, that comes in to where they freeze up. They like, oh, shit, I don't know, all that shit you was telling me went out the window. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm stuck here frozen, you know what I'm saying? Or I'm screaming or I'm crying or whatever the case is, you know what I mean? Because they young, they really don't know for real. They're just going off of what you're saying. And so it's like, if they start hearing certain stuff, it sounds like a whole bunch of shit going on. They may lose sight of, what it was that they were supposed to be doing.
That's a fact.
Yeah, it's different in real time, for real. Yeah.
I see you in here, Glow. What's popping? So ultimately, so he said all that to say that we're going to start a foundation for people who want to train their kids. We just gonna come to your house and kick in the door, right?
Hey.
Everything. So if y'all
nigga is retarded. Hey, yeah, 300 for the break in. You know what I'm saying? We finna break in for the 300. You know what I'm saying? 450 right. If you want the mask and the guns and shit. Only 300 if we coming in with knives.
Hey, but it'll work though, because you got to see which one of your kids is gonna be with shit.
For real.
Second niggas with the blick too.
Nigga coming there with some blanks and shit. Nigga just shooting around. That nigga's hella down.
Oh, me though, but it's just like some real shit though, because just like even in the adult situation, like a nigga may freeze up.
Hey,
when it comes down to somebody trying to kick in your door, the nigga may freeze up. You feel me?
That's real.
That you think that's trained and prepared for this shit. So we got a program for him too.
Bruh, when you think about it like that, for real, and I'm not trying to get too deep in it, but I'm just like, when you really think about it like that, the people that really be ready for shit like that, they really train like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? They finna go to a facility, they gonna be having, they not real, but it's gonna sound real. It's gonna be hella loud. You're gonna have to do, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you better tuck them nuts.
For real. See, yeah, it be that type of stuff, You never know what you're gonna do in one of them types of situations until it happens. Like, you know what I mean? That's when you really gonna find out who's who.
She said dirt. Oh, I didn't. Damn, I did not hear about that. That's crazy work. And India came through in the clutch. She came through blinking for him. Like he. Now I gotta YouTube that shit. I gotta see what that's about. Hopefully he was just trying to test her though, and he really didn't freeze up.
That's stupid. Oh, for real.
Hey, because that shit, man, she get real in that field. Hey, that shit be wild. But yeah, I don't know. I think that naturally, let me keep with the band and shit, right? Naturally, and I don't want to say like, what order and nature and all this other shit. But I'm just saying, naturally, how I rock. Of course, I want to be the nigga that's like, hey, y'all, you know what I mean? Because when I was young, I used to love to play hide and seek. My hiding tactics is nice. Like, you know what I mean? So imagine somebody trying to come in your house and you like, nigga, I know my house better than the nigga that's trying to kick in my shit. And let back door inside job type shit. You don't know my shit. Boy, you finna it's gonna be ugly for niggas for real.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I'm gonna want my woman to, you know, make sure that the kids is good and all the other shit. But if we have had this type of training, okay, kids, this is what we do in the event of this, and my girl is blicked up, we both licensed, we went to the shooting range and all this other shit. Maybe if you want to, it's optional for you to come get a piece of this shit. And somebody,
it's like at least when the initial shit pop off, it's like, go grab Blicky. I'm not, you feel me? I'm not finna be opposed to you grabbing Blicky at all. You know what I'm saying? Grabbing Blicky, a quick sweep, you know, by the kids' room type shit. Hey, go to y'all spaces, or you know what I'm saying? Like if they got hiding spaces or whatever it is, it's a quick word like, hey, y'all, whoop, whoop, you know what I'm saying? And then she could come, you feel me, get with me type shit. But just off we not finna see what they doing. I'm just grabbing Blicky and we at the front door. Like, damn, you know what I'm saying? That's crazy. They made because what if they hear all the shit, you know, all the commotion and shit, and they run out the room towards y'all, like, cause you know what I'm saying? They know that y'all in the living room. If they ain't got nowhere else to go, they may fuck around and be like, "Where's Mama at?" You know what I'm saying? And take off the room and boom. So it's like I feel like somebody gotta prep them with something like, "Hey, y'all stay in the room," and then boom, you know what I'm saying? Or hey, y'all get the closet or whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? Then come out and you know what I'm saying? Do what you got to do.
Right. Hold on, let me read this shit. She said, all serious though, gun safety should be a motherfucking priority. Also, you got to be mindful and realistic more than anything. Yeah, it's cute and all that till you froze and you don't know what to do. We step out and practice with BB guns. Not the same, but it helps with the tactical. Yeah, no, that's a fact.
Yeah.
That's a fucking fact. Like, you know what I mean?
So I have a question. I got a.
Oh no, go ahead, Neff. You got it.
No, go ahead. Finish. Go ahead.
Oh no, yeah, because I was just gonna say again, like that preparation, because like, you know, sometimes, you know, we get prepared for earthquakes, tornadoes, fire drills, but just imagine, like, you know, somebody you preparing, like if somebody was to break into your shit, like this is a person.
Right.
They have intent.
Yeah, for real.
Shit, so it get different. You gotta be prepared for that type shit.
It's just like having a dog. Like, nigga, you got a guard dog. You know, somebody who owned German Shepherds and Belgian Malinois and shit, I can speak to know, like, you got a dog and you don't prepare your dog for a situation like that, nigga. As soon as a motherfucker get too close or walking up on you and you got your dog on a leash, your dog gonna think it's a partner or a friend or some shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's not gonna be on alert. You know what I mean? Because you're not training them like that.
Man.
So it's the same thing in my mind. It's like I put my dog through a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? To the point where it was like, I called the homie. I'm like, hey, meet me at the park. I don't want to see you. None of that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't pull up on me. Nothing. I'm gonna see you when we walking on the trail. I want you to bounce out on some crazy type. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And let me see what my dog finna do. You know what I mean? After training them with a bite sleeve and the whole nine, like, you know what I'm saying? Right. And that's when you start seeing like, oh, okay, I need to work on this, or maybe we should try doing this a little bit more because he's slacking at certain, you know what I mean? So
I'm telling you, we got to start the human agency with that shit, though. We got to really get that shit popping.
You want some real house training? Like, we got you. Right, y'all straight.
So let me ask you. So let me ask y'all this. So how do you guys feel about teaching, you know, teaching your kids how to use a firearm, you know, in self-defense?
Yeah, nah. I'm.
Or was that what you guys are already talking about? Or my bad, I kind of came in late.
It's a part of what we were saying for sure.
Right.
But yeah, nah, I'm definitely with that. And just
what age
and
would you
that's when
say?
it get a little tricky. I remember seeing this cat
Okay.
on I think on YouTube, and he had both his son and daughter. They looked like they was like super young, like at least
Yeah.
6, 7. Like, you know what I mean? And I could be off on the numbers and shit, but for the most part, they knew how to take apart the gun. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They knew how to, what part went where, how to load it, unload it, like all the shit. They could tell you what kind of gun it is, like all of the quote unquote, like they was like ready for war type shit. You feel me?
Right. I think I know what you talk about.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I think the age and age just comes with I guess you want to say with how much discipline that you're putting on the kids, right? Because if you just telling them every month like this is what we need to do, they're not going to take that shit serious. But if you want some drill sergeant shit, like this is
Right.
real life for real. If it's a lifestyle for them, then age becomes the lower that you get, the more that you got to put on them and shit. You feel me? So I think that the age does matter in certain situations, but some motherfuckers is trained. Like, say if you go what Self was saying earlier, like in some Africa type shit, them young niggas got K's running around that motherfucking shit. You feel me? So it just depends on the seriousness of the situation, and how well they're trained to carry out certain duties and shit. You feel me?
Yeah, I
I
think.
had
What happened?
I
I thought you got froze out. My bad. But yeah, no. To answer your question,
you good. No,
as a probably I don't know, my like, 'cause, yeah, if you say 6 or 7, I say to the point where they really can comprehend, the like what she was saying as far as the safety. Like if they could comprehend, if they old enough to be able to comprehend, like, hey, this shit's really, it could really do some damage, and they understand that, then you know what I mean. Then it's all good. I mean, you think about it, like they be training, these kids at 2 and 3 when it comes to sports. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
They start them hella early when it comes to trying to, train them to be the next basketball NBA star. They starting them niggas at 2 and 3. You know what I'm saying? So in the same
right.
sense of gun safety, start them, you know what I'm saying? Start them as young as you can, so that by the time they do get to the point where they older, they, you know what I'm saying, they already have an understanding. They know how to use it. They know certain situations, like, they privy to it all.
That's a fact. Because I mean, you get kids that's naturally prodigies at like playing the guitar and shit. You feel me? He could be a gun prodigy. Like, nigga, I'm just coming to. Hey, y'all know I ain't
No,
got no
seriously
sense.
though.
You can't be a gun prodigy, motherfucker. Like,
No, seriously though.
you came here to bust your gun at a young
No,
age.
I done seen some videos. I done seen some videos of some young kids. Know how to work that shit better than you feel me. Most questions
Man,
because it's a lot of accidents with these firearms and with these young kids because
for sure.
I mean it's kind of like riding a dirt bike sometimes. You know what I mean? Like sometimes some kids they'll whiskey throttle. They'll kind of get too happy. You know what I mean? And kind of keep going on it. And that's kind of what it is. With the firearms sometimes. Like I remember I was reading on Vegas. They went to a firing range. Their son, he was like a Mac 11 or something, and he shot it, and it was just going up, and it was just, I don't know, from looking in, I'm like, oh, he probably just got too happy, like, oh, this motherfucker going, but he couldn't control it to where, he couldn't stop. I don't know, but that's why I asked so, because I approve of it. 6 or 7, I'll probably, you know what I mean? I'll probably, teach him, like you said, how to take it apart, what type of gun, how to identify it, how to load it, you know what I mean? But yeah,
sure.
something like that. But as far as like, you know what I mean, shooting it, I don't know, man. I don't know as far as shooting it. I don't know, cause that when I read that type of shit kind of spooked me. I'm like, yeah, nah.
But like,
Can't do it because that kid,
what
know
like what Glow said though, she was saying like
I see Fisher was popping.
you could let them shoot like a BB gun or something that ain't got hella like recoil or you know what I'm saying, kickback or nothing like that. Because I be seeing some of these 7, 6-year-old, 8-year-olds, whatever, you feel me? Like they be shooting real guns, but you could tell when they shooting it that it's like it's like a low caliber, you know what I'm saying?
For
Something
sure.
that they can handle.
For sure.
like a
But a
22,
BB gun
like a
would
22
be
or
cool.
something.
22, you know what I'm saying? Something like that to where it's like you could really monitor it versus like a 45 or 9 or something, you know what I mean? To where that motherfucker
Hey,
kicking
nuts,
and shit every time they shoot.
Ain't gonna be hitting shit with that shit. What's up, Jessica?
All right.
I see the ladies from Facebook. I see y'all in this motherfucker lit. Shout out to each and every
Peace,
one of y'all. But yeah, Glow said there's people who take their kids hunting as young as 5 or 6 years old.
Yeah.
And going to what you said, Self, about the about knowing like these bullets do kill. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was just
It's
like,
different.
because you know one of my homegirls got land out there and fucking out there by Dallas, and you know when some of the animals go bad, you know she lets her son get out there and mark the animal, like you know what I mean. So it's just like, and I was just like, damn, I'm like coming up like that, you probably get used to that type of situation and shit. You feel me? And it's just like, but I don't know if it's an easy transition from doing it from human to animal. I'm sorry, from animal to human, because it's just like, do you look at motherfuckers as intruders like animals at that point?
Right,
Like, you know what I
right,
mean? Like,
right.
or what does that transition look like? But it's just like, you know, but you understand at least like, nigga, if I pull this trigger, this motherfucker has an opportunity or a chance of dying. So you know,
Yeah.
that shit look like for real.
Peace, cuzzo. Cody in the building. But yeah, nah, I feel you.
But
That's
yeah,
real.
but for the people who's tapping in right now, we were just talking about, you know, what is there a gender role? Because I know we just now was talking about kids, but is there a gender role when it comes down to the protocol in the event of somebody coming to violate you in your house or try to rob you or do whatever? Like, you know what I mean? Is it gender appropriate for the man to leave first, or can women get out there and be like, nigga, nah, I got this, babe, get back. Wow, 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 wow.
Hey, real quick, man. Shout out to the new subscribers. We've been posting clips lately. We haven't been doing that, and you know, we've been seeing the growth on the subscriber side, man. So shout out to everybody that has subscribed and you know, liked the video and just helped the algorithm and the channel grow.
For sure.
But yeah, valid question. She said,
Hey, y'all
no.
seen what India did? When Lil Durk got hit.
That's
She was in the house and went loose.
Nigga froze up.
See, I gotta watch that video. But she Dirk froze up and she got loose.
She was frontline too. Chased them niggas off and hell. I think she hit like 1 or 2 of them, and the other niggas ran.
Oh
Yeah.
shit. Yeah. Hey,
Mhm.
I mean, it's good to know that he was riding with somebody that's gonna get that shit popping.
Hey, he wasn't gonna get the job done.
I was just gonna say that shit. That's a whole different case. Like, nigga, you don't check your grounds, my boy. That's bananas. I mean, but again, you know,
Hey, thank you, babe.
hey, for real. Hey,
Afterwards.
I would have been like, yeah, you know, just tell people I told you to do that shit. Like, I had diarrhea that day.
That nigga stupid.
You had my gun. I ain't had no gun. You had my gun. You had my gun.
It was closest to you, so I see why you did it.
Shit, what's up with Trika? She said Trika said she
in the building. Hey, it's an open show. It's an open show, man. So if y'all want to talk about something, give us some topics.
For sure.
We'll go in on it.
Y'all want to hear some relationship shit? Y'all want to talk about some real relationship shit?
Huh.
Because sometimes
whatever y'all want to talk about.
Yeah, I know sometimes we get into like religious talks and shit sometimes, but we talk about any and everything.
Yeah, for real.
What'd you say, Tricky? You said you're lying?
In a real way.
That last show was interesting. She said, "How do we prepare for?"
So what happened the last show?
Ooh, that last show was crazy. It was interesting because
Can I get a quick recap?
Oh, for sure. So, so we, of course, going through Mike, and Mike reads a lot of different, religious books or religious texts, or literature, and things like that. And he
Israelite Mike.
But this was, yeah, Mike, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so ultimately, he had his brothers come on that fuck with the Owaspy, and we were trying to bring it to the people because I don't know if people know what the Owaspy is or not. Like, you know what I mean? So we're just trying to bring that aspect of religion to the people and shit. She said the last show gave her a headache.
Yeah.
But, so we was building for a little minute, and then I guess one of their top leaders came on there. And he came in, man, with that fire, man, and then niggas grabbed the water hose.
This nigga stupid. Nigga said, "Put that out real quick."
Put it out.
Let me put it out real quick.
Put it out.
But it's all in fun and love and building and shit like that. But it's just he was saying certain things that was going against what he was saying. Like, you know what I mean? So it wasn't even like I had to grab the fire extinguisher. The only thing I'm gonna do at that point is ask you questions. You feel me? And it was some different type of time.
So he was purposely coming on to assassinate you. Those were his intentions.
Hopefully not. I don't.
Right.
I think it was to teach, but just how he came in, like the energy, like you see how you came in today. You were just like, okay, I'm rolling up. I'm muted. Wooty wow woo woo. What's up, Neff? Yeah. You unmuted? Oh, what's up, What's up with the guy? Yeah. That's proper conversation etiquette, right? That nigga came in with the kicking in the door. Boom. Yeah, nigga, this car's mine. Wooty wow woo woo, nigga. All that shit. I said, oh, we got a firecracker over here.
Hey, all the positive shit goes out the window. All
the He's stupid. Hey, Cody Brown asked in the chat, how do we prepare for the trade closure? I'm not quite sure. I never really heard of the trade closure. Do y'all know about the trade closure?
Yeah.
Oh, about trading with different countries and
like
shit?
The stocks and shit?
Well,
with
I think he's talking about the goods from China. I'm not too sure though. If you guys cost on everything, like
I think that's it.
The manufacturing on things,
okay.
I got a clothing brand. Me and my brother, we have a clothing brand, so they're raising their price on on auction. So shit that was $100 for fucking 20 shirts or whatever, now it's gonna be $250. You feel me, for 20 shirts type shit. Like they're axing it now. And that's for all manufacturing goods. Trump pushing the shit now, so that's why it's like that.
Okay.
But I don't know if that's exactly what he's talking about. He has to elaborate a little bit.
Yeah,
that's my cousin. She she said China. So that is what it is.
Okay. Well, we got two of the same answers right there. So
yeah, so they just ultimately it's them tariffs, right. So ultimately, all the tariffs that he's putting on China is making they're raising the prices on how much it's gonna cost us to get the shit shipped back here.
So how we prepared, just to answer the question straight up, we got to go to war with them niggas, cuz. Like, niggas, we got to go bomb that shit.
It's retarded.
Bang bang out the front door.
You fucking up my drugs, nigga.
Hey, because it's only gonna make it harder, you know, for people that have clothing brands and you know and shit like that. Like, damn, y'all want an arm and a leg now. Y'all just wanted an arm. Now y'all damn near want the arm and 2 legs.
but you think that should ultimately, you know, help to create more businesses like that out here.
Exactly, that part. It's just like, why? I mean, and I get it, because you know where they're at, they fucking with the middleman. Oh no, wait. Telling all the secrets. Damn. So just fucking with the middleman, it kind of like,
they got the control for real.
Hey, now if I'm hella looking at your screen, like, nigga, who the fuck is that walking up on this nigga car, bro?
What?
Because somebody just went over
Hey,
and I'm looking like, nigga, what the fuck is that? That shit hella threw me off. Shout out to Roma D-Mac. I see you in the building, boy. What's popping? I'm gonna get to that question and shit.
Yeah, right.
Hey, but yeah, I think that, and I have to say it like this, right? If they're doing whatever business, hey, mute your phone, Neff. But if they're, I damn near want to say allowing this shit to happen, just like what Neff just now said, is just like, nigga. So it's only going to truly affect the people who are trying to establish themselves as business owners, right?
Right.
Some independent shit. I'm pretty sure that all these other people, they know how to cut those costs. So it's just like, it's almost putting us in a sense of dependency again, to where it's just like, nigga, it's only going to affect small businesses. You feel me? So my thing, you know, my thing would be is just to like, okay, we got to find some type of way to wiggle up out of that. see if we can middleman our own transactions, our own situations and shit. You feel me? And not going through certain places that does it like that. You feel me? If that's going to be the move. You feel me?
Yeah.
But, you know, and of course that shit is easier said than done. But it's just like, you know, it's kind of like when the pandemic hit and people had to, you know, figure out what they was going to do with their business shit as well. Like, you know what I mean? Some businesses thrived off of that shit. You feel me? And of course, everybody know that this is a capitalistic society, meaning somebody has to win off of somebody's loss. You feel me? So we just got to make sure that, you know, that the things that we do invest in have, you know, can sustain certain things like that. Because sometimes when I see shit like that, it's just a money grab. You feel me? It's all about money at the end of the day.
And I know that Trump was trying to make everything in-house. You know, he was trying to bring all the factories back to America. He's trying to bring, you know, just the fact that we can produce all our own shit. You know, so we stop depending on these other countries to be able to, you know, provide us with clothing. Like, we should be making our own clothes. You know what I mean? Just in case they do some shit like this. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
We should be making all our own, you know, sourcing all our own medicine. We should be able to, you know what I mean? Just in case something happens, you never know, because these other countries could go into some turmoil within each other. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got shit to do with us, but now we ain't gonna be able to get no food or some gas or whatever, because, you know what I mean? And then that's when it started getting tricky. I'm not trying to go into all the allies and the ties, because now it's like, if two countries go to war and one, you know, is supplying us with oil, well, shit, now we gonna feel like we gotta help them out in the war and start supplying them with some shit, and it get tricky. But
that's when that shit, a war gonna have to pop off, or somebody gonna have to say, okay, well, without war, what can we do?
Exactly.
But going to what you just now said, so the true question is, what do we really? And I'm not, you know, people do business how they do business, right? Do we really need to go outside of the fucking U.S. to get some shit, or am I bugging?
Shit, the only reason why we do now is probably because we done ran off the companies that was in America. You know what I'm saying? And they ran off to these other places to be able to produce all their shit at a cheaper rate.
Right.
You know? So it's like turn the prices down. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like lower them prices in America for the people that's actually working here, and then charge more for the motherfuckers that's outside of America trying to get some of our shit, or do some sort of exchanges. That makes the most sense to me.
That seemed like easy math, because it's just like imagine if we cut out the price of doing business with them, and it could be on some extensive shit. So I'm not going to say that fully, right? But let's just say if we talk about clothes, it's just like, well, nigga, hire some motherfuckers that's here and keep the money within the same, like, you know what I mean? Like, everybody know how family structure works. Or if you got an independent business, it's just like, nigga, we want to circulate the money within our shit before we even go to somebody else. Right? So it's just like, nigga, man, you gotta cut out that middleman, boy. I know a lot of you motherfuckers used to be drug dealers. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about.
We got Farai in the building. He said they're afraid China is going to invade Japan. That's why we building America's first chip manufacturing plant in Ohio. That's contract provided hella jobs. That's how I was getting everybody on at the manufacturing plant in Woodland.
That's a fact.
I do know, China is going up with all the like the AI shit and the robots and all of that. Like they leading in rolling that shit out. You just say it like that, you know what I mean? So, and I was seeing some stuff about that too, like how we need to start getting on our AI shit, because that's the new race right now. Like that's where everybody is racing to. You know what I mean? So it's like, who can get there first? It's the same with how America got. You feel me? We got to the gas and all that shit first, and was able to go up.
Right. But it's just like, because from what he just now said, all of our chips for our cars and phones come from Japan.
Exactly.
So if I see the blueprint to that shit, nigga, you think I'm gonna keep on going to you? No, my nigga. I have a drug dealer mentality, right? It's just like, nigga, I'm gonna
make it my own shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna come cop some pounds from you, and then when I get in position to say, nigga, oh, this is how you grow plants, nigga, you think I'm trying to be a worker bee forever? No, nigga, like, nigga, I'm gonna be the man.
Yeah.
America act like they can't be the man. Like, I don't know. Like, so it's that's what I'm saying. It get a little bit deeper than just we don't want to be fucking with them niggas on that type of time.
Right.
Them niggas, that's that heron that's coming from over there too. They're like, nigga, if you stop buying from
I bet you them niggas is trying to guard all day highest tech people in China, bro. They like, hey, we don't want none of this shit getting out. Don't send none of our best shit nowhere. And they like, hey, did you see that video with what's his name? He a YouTuber, not Kai Cenat, but the other black dude.
Nah.
Damn, I can't think of his name. But he got a video with him and a robot in China, bro. This robot, and it wasn't like one of these, because they got all these CGI videos and shit out, whatever. But this one, bro, the robot hitting front flips, back flips, that was obvious because the other one was able to do this. But this one's dancing, bro. It know how to dance, hit choreography moves, bro. It's hitting punches, like it's swinging in the air and shit. Like, bro, it was doing hellish shit. And I'm like, and it was just saying like, this is the newest and most advanced robot that they got. And I'm just like, shit, this shit is crazy, bro. Whoever can come out with what'd you say?
No. Go ahead, finish.
No, I was just gonna say, whoever can come out with that boy first, it's a wrap. I'm telling you, it's a wrap.
I'm gonna tell you this: it's not gonna be the United States, because the United States is last place in every fucking thing. Well, but as far as the futuristic, shit like that, sports is fuck. We got it, sports.
Hey, you got something like covering your mic or something? Because you sound like way low.
Hey, the United States is the #1 in rap music, though. We got rap, baby.
Huh.
Hey,
That's crazy.
and I'm of course I'm joking when I say that, but when it comes down to that
I
shit,
shall
Jeff is
speak,
right
yeah.
because it's just like what, and that's what I'm trying to say. What position? I love America. I'm not even gonna cap, like you know what I mean. But I've never been outside of America and shit too. So America get this shit by default right now. But but what position does America have, right? Other than the American dream, right? And I was gonna say one more thing, but we could just stop at American Dream because there's certain people on, on this is the land of milk and honey and shit, right? This is all these other things, and while everybody's getting, the illusion, everybody's feeding into the illusion, and then but some motherfuckers is smart. Like I know personally some African motherfuckers that came out here. You know what I mean? Became a mechanic and some type of cars are doing something and they're sending money back home. Right?
Yeah.
So it's just like they're not caught up in the illusion of saying, I'm gonna move to America and I'm gonna stay in America and fuck where I came from. Them niggas is like, nah, nigga, we finna go out here, run up a bag and we sending that shit back.
Yeah.
You feel me? So it's all dependent on what you wanna do for real. Like, you know what I mean? But Americans, like, I guess we I think Kareem was telling me a minute ago, like, we could get dual citizenship, and I forgot what I
think it's Ghana.
Is it Ghana?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. But it's just like, so do we have that kind of system set up for ourselves? Like, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
That get in, get out type of situation. Like, what is America's game plan look like? Some niggas say, nigga, just go to Canada, nigga, tax free, baby.
I'm gonna be honest.
But
it's like you got to go somewhere else. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what it seems like. That you got to go somewhere else to be able to live the life that you want to live. Like you can't do that shit here because everything fucking expensive.
You're gonna be. I mean, like even
you know what I mean. So you got to go somewhere else. Yeah, real shit. They money stretched longer, nigga. They could go buy a house in Japan and Ecuador and somewhere. You feel me? And them niggas just travel year round to all they different properties and shit.
I just be thinking about like, boom, like these rich motherfuckers don't spend, 5 million, 3.5 million on a fucking house when they could go spend 3.5 million and have a whole fucking island type shit. You know what I mean? Like what the fuck? Like America's working back. Like I swear, bro. Like there's no winning in America. Like if you think you're winning in your head, you're really not winning. You know what I mean? Like you have to go out the fucking country to really see the fruits of your labor type shit. You know what I mean? Like, that's really what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get the fuck out the country. I want some real chicken. I want some real fruit. You know what I mean? I want to feel some real beach water, some real sand. I'm tired of this.
That nigga gonna learn how to cook it up himself. Nigga catch it. He gonna have the whole shit.
Oh, for real, man.
That nigga said this seedless fruit ain't doing it. Nigga, seedless fruit. Nuh-uh.
Nigga, I need some real nutrients, man.
Bro, bananas come with seeds. Why the fuck these bananas coming empty as hell? Just with some skin on it. What the fuck? Empty as hell with some skin on it. What the fuck, man?
That nigga stupid.
Oh shit. Hey, but let me scroll up real quick because I know my partner D-Mac, he asked what's going on with the Carmelo Anthony case.
Carmelo Anthony?
I don't know any what's up with it.
I've been seeing I didn't like actually sit down and go into the articles and shit. But I'm assuming that he's I think it looked like he's in high school or some shit like that, and he's a track runner. And I guess I don't know if somebody was trying to, harm him in some type of way, but I think he ended up stabbing up somebody and type shit. You feel me? And I guess, people is trying to come to his defense and, put up money for his lawyers, for his case and all type of shit like that.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know enough about that to, to talk about it. So maybe the people in the chat do, maybe you do, maybe Nev do. I'm not too much studied on that.
You said it was Carmelo or Cayenne Mello?
Nah, it's Carmelo, but it's the not the Hooper, of course, the younger cat.
Yeah, my mind instantly went to the Hooper, but when you started explaining it, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like you said, I don't know enough about the case. All I heard was what you heard. Like, I don't know no details because I'm seeing a lot of people say one thing and then other people saying another thing. And niggas is trying to create charts and all types of shit. So I don't know. You know what I mean? I really don't know what it is for real.
Yeah, see, if because from the things that I've been seeing, it almost looked like, but pictures could be painted how they could be painted, but it almost looked like it was like on some racist shit. Like, and I don't know if that's the actual, the narrative and shit. You feel me? I'm not 100% sure on that, but self-defense is self-defense. Like, if we could just go straight there, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like if you, I don't think that a motherfucker just gonna come through, and I'm assuming that, just like I said, I guess he was stabbing niggas. I'm gonna actually look it up right now, but I'm assuming that if he was stabbing somebody, it was probably trying to, like, get up on him, and he was like, "Nigga, I ain't finna have none of that shit." You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's I mean, it's crazy work that.
Because what was the narrative before that? That nigga just randomly just stabbed this nigga because they got into an altercation or something?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Because they're gonna have to prove the intent behind it. You feel me? That's gonna be the main thing. It's like, where did it stem from? Niggas got into an argument, and yeah, like you said, nigga probably pressed up on him, and he was like, "This shit ain't going down."
Yeah, see. Yeah, I guess, yeah, they was at a track meet. He stabbed some motherfuckers up, or one person, or however many. One of them died.
Did y'all hear about what happened downtown?
What where?
Downtown in Sac.
Shoot.
Yeah, it just happened like day before yesterday.
What, at a club or something?
At the yard house. Some young cats. Some young dude hopped out. Shot the dude. Shot the girl. At the yard house.
Damn.
And then shit before that. What park was that? Oh, UC Davis. Some young cat shot somebody at broad daylight at the UC Davis park.
I did see the one with UC Davis. Yeah, that's crazy.
Hey, my sister used to go to Davis and shit. When they used to have a picnic days, nigga, we get out there hurt like a motherfucker.
I think that's where it happened at.
Hey, hold on, Rick.
Exactly. I know what you're right.
Hey, hold on real quick. Just to get off topic. So, y'all know where Morning Fork is, right? Y'all know where Morning Fork is in Sac?
You said what it is?
It's called the Morning Fork. It's downtown in Sac. It's like a
Are you saying Morning Fork, like the pool spot?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
So today, right? I ordered some chicken and waffles, and I just got 2 eggs. I ordered 2 eggs on the side, just to fill me up. She got her food or whatever, right? We get the bill, right? The bill's $65, but they charged $7 for some fucking eggs. So they charged me $7 for what was it? A surcharge egg fee. and I asked him. I said, bro, you charged me $7 for some eggs, bro. Like, it's only 2. He said it's a shortage on eggs right now.
No, we already got charged for the eggs too.
The fuck is that?
Yeah.
He didn't let you know, or they didn't let you know, like, before y'all ordered this shit.
Nothing.
That's crazy.
Nothing. So
it's extortion a little bit.
So I paid for my 2 eggs, but they charged me $7 more because it's a fucking egg shortage.
Hell
Damn.
no. Yeah, I would have.
So the building, so, yeah, it's but there were no distance. There was, he didn't let nobody know. But I'm like, damn, y'all gotta let people in. Like, is this going on at all restaurants? He's like, yeah, at all restaurants, it's going on right now. It's kind of getting hectic. Well, as far as like brunch spots and stuff like that, places that sell eggs.
I mean, yeah, I know that there's an egg shortage going on. That's been happening for a while now. And they got all the eggs in the grocery stores and shit. Hella, you feel me? Hella expensive and the whole nine. Like, man, niggas better start getting some chicken coops.
That's a fact. Okay, so Alicia said that they were trying to make him move from where he was.
Oh, with Carmelo?
Yeah. At the end of the day, because I'm assuming that, nigga, if you, I don't know what he stabbed him up with. I'm assuming that if it was his own knife, who's to say that the nigga that they wasn't trying to fuck with him before? Like, why do you even have a knife on you? Like, you know what I mean? So if you're protecting yourself from something, you feel me? There's a lot to go into that shit, but he could feel like, I don't know.
And is it illegal to have a knife at his age where he was at?
That part I don't know.
He was at a football game or a track meet?
Track meet, yeah. But Texas, Texas is another open gun state, open carry state. So I don't know.
Right, but he didn't. He had a knife,
right?
A little pocket knife or something. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's probably so many kids carrying a pocket knife. What else you gonna carry as a kid to be able to protect yourself?
Oh, so it says it's saying that the dude had told him to move, and it said Anthony allegedly reached inside his bag and said, "Touch me again and see what happened." And then old boy touched him, and he said he said, "Punch me after that and see what happens." And I guess old boy grabbed him, and then he pulled out a knife and poked that boy up one time to the chest. I mean, shit. What do we want to talk about? I don't think there's nothing to talk about.
That's it.
You keep your hands to your fucking self, nigga.
It's simple,
man.
No, for real.
Hey, people got to learn how to leave people alone. Everybody ain't playing that shit.
She said some stories say the twins were known bullies. I keep seeing stuff like that,
That's what I'm saying. It had to be. He was just like, all right, nigga, y'all niggas thinking this shit is sweet.
Right.
And it sounds like, to keep it real, if that's what's true, what I just now read is true, it sounds like he was just like, bruh, I'm not trying to get on that type of time. You feel me?
You finna pull it out of me type shit. You finna really show me.
I warned you twice, my nigga. Don't touch me. Period.
Yep.
How the fuck he gonna remember where I'm at, nigga?
And man, this whole case finna be crazy as hell.
Yeah. I mean,
when they start, you know what I mean, releasing all this shit. And I just seen today he posted bail for like $250.
Yeah, I just seen that.
So
niggas is getting behind him.
That's what I was about to say. He got people behind him, so it's gonna be interesting how they, you know what I'm saying, how they go about it.
Yeah, that I mean, to me, and motherfuckers gotta go through trial like how they gotta go through trial. I couldn't be a lawyer on that case. I'd be like, what happened? Yep.
Hey, but see, the thing about it is like, hey, what y'all think? Because as a jury on the court, right, in the case, I don't know how many in a jury, is it like 10 or 12 or something?
I think it's what is it? I'd rather be carried by 12 than judged by 6. Or what is it? No, it's 12. It's 12.
Yeah, it's 12.
Yeah. I have to go through some street shit and shit.
Right. Because I'm just like, bruh, if 11 of them said not guilty and one said guilty, he guilty. Like, ain't that crazy to me, bruh? I swear to God, that whole system, the way they got that shit set up, is insane. Like, it should be like a majority rule. It shouldn't be like, nigga, if one person feels like that nigga's guilty, then the court cases is coming down as him being guilty.
Yeah, sometimes you get like mistrials and hung juries and shit like that. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
And you have to do like a retrial and shit like that. But shit, I mean, would that fall under the stand your ground law? If Texas participates in that, like, you know what I mean? And just like, nigga, he touched me, nigga.
And was trying to tell me to move, like, so yeah, how the whole thing even transpired, you could tell it was on some bully shit.
Exactly. Like, nigga, this ain't, nigga.
But I think they might spin it and be like, but did you fear for your life to the point where you had to stab him? Like, you could have pushed him or punched him or, you know what I mean?
He's an athlete, sir. I felt from
yeah, you're gonna have to run that for sure.
I'm doing
have to run that.
Nah, because it's just like it, but the whole thing, just like I'm saying, like, nigga.
Especially if they get some other kids to testify and they testifying towards like them two being bullies, like known bullies.
Rap City.
Yeah.
Like, nigga. And if old boy Carmelo, if he ain't got no case, he ain't got no priors, no shit like that, like, nigga. Free me, I'll see you on the streets, baby. Gonna beat this case, nigga. It's done to you. Nigga, we finna go celebrate. You feel me? Texas Roadhouse.
Texas Roadhouse, the butter biscuits.
Give me the expensive eggs that Neff was just talking about too. Surcharge, no problem.
Nigga said, I'm good, baby.
Sunny side up with cheese on it, nigga.
Hey,
nigga, make it four. Make it four. Yeah, man. Again, we got an open topic, so if y'all still in here watching, throw us some topics or some questions or something in the chat. Hey, what was that one you was talking about, Woon, about the false gods?
Oh yeah. What because that's, and I'm not trying to speak about people when they're not here, but if they want to be here, they could. It would be live and shit. I noticed that sometimes when people get into certain, I don't want to say back into certain corners, but that false god shit come out when it's just like, all right, nigga, just like that's their last card. They be like, well, they got false gods, boom, and they try to throw that shit. I'm like, nigga, well, what defines a false? Like, who's to say if this is a false god? Like, how does that take place? Like, I don't know what a false god is. Because to somebody, that God is true than a motherfucker.
Yeah, right, exactly.
So it's just like, how do you determine what that is? And if you're looking at it like that, you're still not saying that it's true to somebody. To them, your God could be a false god. So now, fuck it.
That's how they make it seem like their book or religion is the only true religion, is by denouncing everybody else's. All these other religious texts out there, they like, yeah, none of that shit is real. You worshiping a false god because it's not saying what my shit's saying.
Man, that nigga said, nigga, your God were feelers, nigga? Feelers, nigga?
Walking on water. Wearing feelers.
Mine was wearing Jordans.
Right.
That's the real one. That's how you know, because he was wearing Jordans. That's crazy.
But I don't know. But I think, but it's just like, well, how do you determine, what's the shit? And I guess, it comes down to a belief.
Well, you just go down to say, okay, well, if your God's the true God, then he created the false God for what reason?
Man.
You know what I mean? What's the point of having this false nigga here preaching damn near the same shit that you talking about, just in a different way? What's the point of that then?
That part.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, that false God has purpose, right?
Right. You're learning something through this for a reason. Like,
That's what that should be like, but it's just like, man, I don't know. Cause I don't know. I guess I guess there's ego in everything, right? My shit gotta be flyer than your shit. You feel me? And there's nothing wrong with that. But if you understand that your shit is fly, you ain't worried about nobody else like that.
exactly.
So it's just like, nigga, is your shit really fly?
Sitting there comparing and shit.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. That shit, it just tickles me every time because it's just like, I swear to you, like it'd be like, yep, well, you know what's up? Well, at the end of the day,
You ain't supposed to mess with them false gods.
or the false guys, like, that's your end of the day?
Huh.
How do you sleep at night, you monster? Oh, but shit, yeah, man, should be funny. That's why we fuck with this I am shit, because it's so inclusive. It's so understanding.
I understand you. You understand me? All right, we good.
It's lit.
Huh. It ain't got none of those underlining, you feel me, crazy shits and from all that other stuff.
For real.
Straightforward.
And we drink fly shit like this, baby. Fly shit.
Said, nigga, get him some milk.
But nah, man, I be loving the build with the brothers, man, and sisters for that part. But it's just like, I think it's sometimes hard for people to, to I don't want to say disregard, but kind of like leave what they've been taught for a long time. And even with the old WASP, it's just like, even if you're coming into something new and you're putting all your time and energy into it, and it's something that make you feel good, and somebody come through and they ask you about it, and it's just like, nigga. It just imagine, like, you went in was working all goddamn for 2 years, 3 years straight.
And somebody come ask you about your shit.
Right, you buy 98 bins, nigga. You like, nigga, this Benz is whooping shit, right? Somebody come through it like a 2000 Benz, like, nigga, that shit ain't it.
Huh? What kind of engine you got?
Right.
What,
stand up for your bitch. You're gonna be like, nigga, it's classic.
Huh?
That's the low one.
Nah. You're like, you got the fake one. That ain't got no original parts, nothing.
So niggas gonna stand over there until you get a 2000 Benz. I'm like, I see what that nigga was talking about. Oh shit. Okay, it is a little bit more spacious.
Huh?
The leather is a little bit more softer.
It ride a little smoother.
I don't feel them bumps.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that's why niggas gotta be open and shit. And I'm finna say this, but I have to say this because that walk of shame to come back to tell a nigga that they shit was kind of partial. I'm just saying, like, because, and I'm not because I was finna name drop, but I'm not. But it's just like when we be kicking this I am shit, and then we say it's all inclusive and shit, and then some people like, no, because you woody wow whoop, and then they come back and we kind of understand, what you were saying kind of back then, like, you know what I mean? I know that walk of shame is crazy. And I'm not even calling it a walk of shame like that. Let me not say it like that. But
it's to realize,
actually giving props because it takes a real genuine motherfucker to say, I see what you were saying now. You feel me? Mm-hmm. I was at where I was at when I was there. And that's why I don't trip, because people be at where they at when they're there. Mm-hmm. I was at where I was at before I came into this shit. So it's just like, now that I'm here, just like, nigga, I know what that holding on shit looks like. I know what that, even in relationships, niggas don't like to let go of they bitch. Got a cheating ass bitch. I love this bitch, nigga. What the fuck you mean? What you mean let her go?
I Samuel Jackson have a bitch in the chain,
huh? She makes sloppy joes with cheese, nigga.
That nigga is stupid.
But the cheese is crazy. Cheese. Damn, she's a keeper.
I can't.
Hey, y'all know I'm silly as hell, but I'm just saying though, because it's just like, I know what that shit look like. To just be like, damn, you want to know what? It hurts to let go. That shit hurts. But then
Change, man, it's uncomfortable.
like a motherfucker, you feel me? But it's
It's
just like
uncomfortable.
you straining your arm and shit, trying to hold it like I got it, and you straining, you finna bust a fucking vessel in your forehead just because you trying to hold on to something that you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that shit go.
And let me ask y'all this though, because you just said something. You said uncomfortable. So I feel like most men, well, I wouldn't say most men, but at some point in time, you need to be in an uncomfortable, you need to be in uncomfortable situations in order for you to prevail. Like, I can't, like, as far as me, I can't get comfortable too much. You guys feel like,
For sure.
so how do you? I wouldn't necessarily say like, you put yourself in, uncomfortable situations all the time, but a master always challenges himself. You know what I mean? A master will always challenge himself regardless if he's a master or not. He's still gonna challenge himself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We call that mathematics. I don't know if it like I think some of it happens just naturally, like just based off of where you at. You know what I mean? Because like how you think is a representation of your reality at that time. So it's like if you find yourself in a certain situation, I think you was meant to be in that certain situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it may be a like a moment in time where you feeling down and like you just not yourself. Like you just like, damn, so what's up? Like something's up. You know what I'm saying? And you might catch yourself. It's either you gonna realize like, yeah, something's up and get to reanalyzing, your life and what's going on to be able to figure that shit out, or you not, and you're gonna get placed in a situation that's gonna make you have to do that. You know what I'm saying? So I think ultimately it happens naturally because no matter what, like on a subconscious level, you know where you're supposed to be headed. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like being that the path is already written out, it's like, all right, I'm supposed to be over here on this path, but I'm still over here. So I'm conflicted within myself, whether that be through emotions or nigga, it comes out in the form of anxiety, depression, whatever, you stressed out at your house. But something's finna give you some signs and some signals to be like, all right, it's time to switch gears and get on to something else. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, nah, that's a great point too. I was actually talking to somebody earlier about somewhat similar on that and shit too. And it's kind of crazy because going back to what you started off with, the level of uncomfortability and shit, right? For me personally, it's just like you got to find comfort in being uncomfortable. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like because imagine that anytime something gets uncomfortable, like you duck, you run, you hide, you just basically just trying to do everything but just walk to this motherfucking shit. You feel me? And I think that a lot of times, a lot of us, even when we was younger, that's how we figured shit out. Like, you know what I mean? We were just like, nigga, we going to all the bad shit. You feel me? We're going to all the bad shit. You feel me? It don't matter. This is like, nigga, well, at that party, niggas be shooting at the party. Nigga, I don't give a fuck, nigga. We going to the party. You feel me? So it's just like, you know what I mean? Or whatever that we do. But so I'm saying that to say, so sometimes when we get into the adult situation of it, it holds the same principle, right? Because it's just like, nigga, well, if this is something that's gonna make you uncomfortable or you're not too sure about it, nigga, nigga, you either gonna live or you gonna die. You feel me? And at the end of the day, sometimes people are dying living because they're dead because they're not. They want to stay within this certain space. It's just like if you ain't moving forward, nigga, you're stagnant, you're dead. And I hate to say it like that, but it's real. You feel me? So it's just like, niggas, I'd rather do my shit and be like, nigga, well, if I'm gonna die doing this shit, my nigga, hey, I'm on to the next one anyway. So like, it don't even fucking matter at the end of the day. And I'm not saying that it's easy. I'm not saying it's an easy way to make the transition from going from that I'm not sure spot to bucket spot. Like, you know what I mean? But I know me personally, it's just like when you start to see life pass you by and you be like, damn, my nigga, like I could have did this, I could have did that, I could have, but you just sitting there stuck and just like, nigga, at some point in time, just like Self says, something gonna kick you in your ass and say, nigga, you better get aligned with your fucking life, my nigga. You feel me? Y'all seen it? Y'all seen the movie? What's that shit called? With Angelina Jolie. The movie Wanted. Was that the name of the movie? The movie Wanted. When there was a part of that society and shit, and dude was just working at a regular job and shit, like, you know, he was just on some chill shit. That nigga became a cold-hearted, a fucking assassin, nigga. In the movie, that nigga was like, nigga, so what the fuck you doing with your life? Like, you feel me? Like, nigga, he had to get up out of that level of comfortability. And I don't even think it's not even comfortable because he didn't like that shit where he was at. That was an uncomfortable spot. You feel me? If we're using, you know, that type of word, right? It's just like, nigga, would you rather be uncomfortable doing some shit that's not serving you, or would you rather do some uncomfortable shit that you know gonna serve you? You feel me?
It's that being comfortable, being uncomfortable.
Facts.
Yeah, and you get good at it too. Like when you start really tapping into that aspect, then you get good at convert. Like you get good at staying in that. You know what I'm saying? Because then you see the growth out of it for sure.
Man, you start feeling for that shit a little bit.
Right, and the whole reason why I brought that, you know, I said all of that, brought that up is, you know, is to say, you know, coming from your guys' aspect, do you guys feel comfortable being uncomfortable or comfortable? If that makes sense in a way.
Yeah,
Like,
I
do you
feel like
guys
I've
feel
reached that
comfortable?
place of being comfortably uncomfortable.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you know,
And
I
I'm
feel
a,
like
Because when I get into a certain situation where you feel me, like where I be like, oh shit, or like, and nigga, I don't like this situation, or I don't, you know what I'm saying? That instantly puts me in a whole mode, like, cause I'm a thinker, you feel me, before anything. So as soon as I get into a situation where I'm like, something's up, you feel me, the frequencies is not matching, nigga, I'm starting to feel a certain type of way, I'm instantly analyzing. That's like number one is, nigga, I go into straight analyzation mode of like, what the fuck's happening? What's going on? Why? What is this in front of me? How am I feeling? Why am I feeling like this? You feel me? Why is this shit triggering me like this? Like, what the fuck going on? You know what I'm saying? And I instantly try to get to the bottom of that shit so I could figure out whatever situation this is, understand it, and boom, be able to move past it and grow beyond that shit. That's why I was saying math, because me and Woon had talked about this, and it was just like, all right, boom, you run into a 2+2 question situation. You feel me? Boom. Okay, you come out with the answer 4. You done figured it out. Now, anytime you come back in contact with another 2+2 type situation, you already beyond that shit. You like, okay, I already know how to deal with this shit. You feel me? So it's like the more situations you go through and the more you can see it, really understand it, and move and grow past it, it's like, nigga, you start becoming a mathematician to now it's like you start seeing situations like, oh, I done already mastered this, nigga. I'm on the fucking calculus. This shit geometry right now. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And I was going to add to that, because that's what I was going to say too. So in the event of, if you're not comfortable in being uncomfortable, and it could be a situation that play out in real time, but then you kind of like, all right, well, I wasn't ready. So then when you go back to wherever you're going to and you just chilling and shit, it should automatically say, all right, nigga, what was that? How come I wasn't able to perform? You know,
Right.
why did it make me feel like how it felt like? You know what I mean? So it's always going to give you an opportunity or an option to know the next thing. And just like what Selfmade was just now saying, because nigga, I already got the 2+2. That's a 4 for sure. But this situation called for a 5 - 1. You feel me? To get that 4. And I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for that 5 - 1. You feel me? Because it's the same answer, but it's a different equation, right? It's a different frequency, right? So on that type of time, it's just like now you gotta be comfortable, like, all right, nigga, that was a 5 - 1. Oh, let me put that shit into my data bank.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna align my frequency to that. So the next time I see that shit, it's just like, yep, done that one. And now I'm looking for, you know, the 99, you feel me, minus the 95. I'm looking for all things now. It's just like, nigga, because now I'm just on my toes. I'm trying to calculate everything moving. And just like Self said, so now it's just like, you're not even looking at situations as problems, like everything is numbers. So now it's just like, can I, the only question that you should be asking is, can I align with this? And if I can't, why not? Or if I can align with it, you know, uh, am I able to let whatever situation know, if it's another person, let them know that I'm also operating on your 5 - 1 to get that 4. You feel me? Because that in certain situations, that kind of like de-escalate situations to where it's just like, okay, my nigga, I see again what type of time you're on, right? The frequency that you're on, mathematics that you're on. So therefore, let me show you that I'm on that same type of time. But sometimes, just like on some bully shit, it's just like, you ain't gonna bully me, my nigga, because I get on bully time too. You feel me? Whatever the situation is, it's just like I know how to channel that frequency and also match it and also show it and also let you know that if you don't understand the math, now I have to teach you, right? And so I'm always up with a challenge. And sometimes people, sometimes people aren't comfortable in facing that challenge. Like, you know what I mean? And you got it, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, this shit is a lifestyle for real. It's just like once you start seeing in mathematics or you start seeing the numbers, or that's why in the East Coast, when the 5%ers, they be like, what's the mathematics? Like, you know what I mean? What's your wiki wow? Because they want to make sure that you know how to move. Like, you know what I mean? And in any situation, you got to be tapped in with this motherfucker right here. You feel me?
Yeah.
So, that's what that shit look like. But and I know that was a long ass answer to your question and shit, right? But just being able to be comfortable in uncomfortable situations. That's what they tell you, like, you know what I mean? Like the steady hand, like, you know what I mean, is the best shooter. You feel me? You could be a nigga, 1,000 niggas could be drew down on you, but these niggas is shaky and shit. You feel me? They might smack some of their partners. You got a little 6 shooter, like, nigga, I'm gonna hit all you niggas. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And what I was having this conversation with my brother, right? Just realistically, right? How much is enough money? Like
Hey,
one being.
no, I can't even hear what you're saying. It sounds like you muffled or something.
It sound muffled just a little bit. It sounds like you said, like, how much is enough money?
I can hear me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was having this conversation with my brother, and we was talking, and I was basically saying, like for instance, like Elon Musk, right? His net worth is, I think it was fucking like 230 fucking million or some shit like that. Probably even more. I don't even know, right? He could fucking, no, my bad. It's probably not even million. It's probably billion. It's probably something.
Yeah, it's in the bees for sure.
It's something ridiculous. Yeah, it's something ridiculous. My bad, Elon. It's something ridiculous though. But basically, he has enough money to where he can literally give everybody in the whole world, X amount of dollars and have everybody fucking straight.
Right.
But I was talking to him, I'm like, how much is enough money for one person, like realistically? Like, you know what I mean? Like, because at that point, like when you're worth that much money,
I was just going to say that. It's literally nothing
to you.
That's
It's nothing to you. Like, because there's gonna be a certain point in time, like it's levels to it. There's gonna be a certain point in time where it's like, okay, money means nothing to me, because like the level that everyone's at in this matrix right now is money means to most people, money means everything. That's what motherfuckers is chasing.
For sure.
But the other motherfuckers, shit, money means nothing. I'm worth fucking bees over here.
It's a trip. That's that clip.
But realistically, though, I was asking though.
I have posted a clip of Will Smith. Yeah.
Let me get into that.
And he was talking about how he's done made all this money, and he's like, at the end of the tunnel, like it's not what makes him happy. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's like, he don't find no happiness in all the amount of money, and he's like, he found that he actually crashed out at the top. Like, you know what I mean? Like he got all the way to the top and he said it felt the same. Like he really, it didn't mean nothing. Like all the shit that he had didn't mean nothing. It felt like he was at the bottom, like rock bottom, you know? And he kind of like used both of those as the same thing. Like when you reach rock bottom, you at the same place too. You know what I mean? So he's like, he called it cliff top and rock bottom. Because the cliff top, all you could do is once you get to the top, like what else could you do? Like you done did it all. Like now he was like, you know, it's the thing that's inside of you. You know what I mean? Like you could chase all this shit. You could chase the money, the bag, the cars, the clothes. He was like, but if you don't know who you are on the inside, then none of that shit matters. You know what I mean? It don't matter no way because that shit, you know, it breaks. You giving shit back, you selling shit, like none of that shit you can keep with you. You can't take none of this shit with you when you go. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you get to that point where, yeah, it's like shit damn near don't even mean shit to you no more. Like, what is the meaning of life? You start questioning life itself because none of this shit, you could do anything damn near. You damn near could go to the moon and that shit ain't gonna fulfill you. You know what I'm saying?
That's what, hey, another thing too, though, like, one thing is, I want to know how much money motherfuckers spend, you feel me, till they get to that point. Like, this fucking means nothing. What the fuck is this, really?
Right there.
And nothing is, though, like, motherfuckers, like you said, though, motherfuckers have so much money to where they can do shit like that, go to the moon. Like, Elon, really, in Elon's head, he's literally a superhero, literally. He can literally do anything in the fucking world if he wants to. Literally.
Right.
And that's the money. That's the money.
There's some people, you know, because the narrative has been pushed, and it's probably been going longer, but I've started seeing it more in music, right? Like I'd rather crying in a Benz than crying in a Toyota.
Right.
So it's just like, and I get that because it's just like, but what that boils down to is I'm unhappy and I'm unhappy.
Yeah.
Right. So it's just like, okay, so if we're looking at it from that perspective, it's just like, well, nigga, at the end of the day, you're still crying no matter what, you know, the situation is. So for me, it's just like that balance that comes with everything, right? And that's why, you know, I always talk about balance and shit, because it's just like, well, yeah, you know, I'm gonna go have fun and I'm gonna go do this, but if I'm doing everything at all at one time, my shit is off. Like, you know what I mean? I ain't centered yet. I don't even appreciate what's happening next because I'm just from one thing to the next and I don't give a fuck about nothing.
That's why them niggas be going crazy.
Yeah, you always have to be centered. You always have to center yourself at some point in time and say, man, fuck that shit. Some people find that in charity. Like, you know what I mean? They'll be like, I got so much money, let me go ahead and, because they want to feel people. Like, you know what I mean? They have to go back to those, damn, I remember being in that space and I want to feel that again, right? Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that those people aren't genuine when they're doing shit like that, but it's just like, damn, I get a lot of this versus me spending this shit on me. You feel me? So now it's just like, damn, well, how do I connect back into this world and not have the world at my fingertips? Like, that's fucked up that you got the world at your hands, but you can't touch it.
And most of the niggas that got money ain't happy at all.
Man,
you know, because you got to think about all the shit you got to go through to get it.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? You damn near ain't got no life to be able to, you know what I'm saying? That's why I be like, even like just all this Instagram shit, it's like people be seeing, you know, these content creators create a video where they jumping off of a yacht or something, but nigga, that's a 60-second clip. You know what I'm saying? Like the rest of their life and what, you know, but people get to comparing like, oh, they jumping off of yachts and they doing all this shit. But it's like, you don't know the back end of nothing going on for real. You know what I'm saying? They could be fucking miserable trying, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of shit that comes with it for real.
Yeah.
So I don't think that there's like, you know, you at the end of the day, I feel like if you chasing money, you chasing yourself because you trying to find something that you feel like you can get in the money. And eventually it's going to show you that that's not the case. You know what I'm saying?
See, imagine, and I know we had this conversation before, so years ago, but imagine somebody say, okay, well, what's your somebody said, well, what's your worth? Like, how much are you worth? Right?
Right.
And it's just like, do you have an answer for that?
I know.
Nice.
Real talk.
It's just like, how much? Because people have online. Well, such and such net worth is wooty
Yeah.
right? But it's just like, but how much is your worth? Can you really, really, truly say I'm worth a number? And if you can, what is the number?
Niggas is worth $23 an hour.
Man, some niggas would be like, man,
$19 an hour, $17 an hour. Like
I'm worth $6 million.
Right.
Hey,
You know how fast $6
those would be
million
worth all this money and don't even have that in their bank account.
Right. It be in assets and shit.
Real. Hey,
Shit that they done bought.
Did y'all hear about just getting back on Elon Musk?
Oh, what's up, Randy? I see you with a what's up? She said money ain't shit if you spiritually bankrupt. Hell no, that's a wrap. I'm sorry, what you say now?
No, I said just get off topic a little bit. Just get back to Elon Musk. He if y'all go on SpaceX.com, he's sending people to Mars. He's sending people to Mars. And you can literally go put in the application. You feel me? Go fill it out. Put your name on the list. To go to Mars.
It's a one-way trip.
One-way trip. They is not coming back. One-way trip. Hey, but they try to get you because it's like they say it's like I forgot how long. Like they have all the whole little destinations and shit. I think it's like I think it's 3 hours. I can't remember. I might be wrong. I can't remember.
No, that shit's the trip there is so long. That's why they say it's a one-way trip, because they ain't gonna have enough shit to come back. It's a wrap. Them niggas say it's way longer than three hours. That shit probably like 3 years or something. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It was some shit. No, I really like. I'm gonna Google that shit. I'm gonna Google that shit for sure.
Hey, the funny thing
it's
about
like
that
I would say 6 hours or some shit. I gotta Google it though.
Nigga, you moving that fast, boy. Your molecular structure is changing.
Well, what? Hey, if they said, hey, would y'all do that?
That's time travel like
I was about to ask the chat. I was about to ask y'all, would y'all going to Mars?
Hey, that's what I was gonna say. They a few years ago, I don't know if it was real or not, but they was selling land on Mars and shit.
That's insane.
Oh yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, they were selling land on Mars. I'm like, nigga, did we land on Mars to be able to sell land on Mars?
Yeah, Elon did.
And he said, nope. On a one-way trip, you ain't going? It's a once in a lifetime experience. You had never experienced something like that ever.
You can be a part of history.
And you wouldn't jump on that opportunity?
Fuck it, huh?
You can start the human civilization on Mars.
Your DNA
on your shit
can run on Mars. What? Nah, I'd have to take a hard pass too. I'm cool.
That's crazy work though. But just imagine you start a civilization somewhere, nigga. This planet Woon, nigga.
Hey, it's already planet. It's already planet Woon. It's already planet Self.
Right.
You can do whatever you want.
Nigga, what?
That's it, nigga. What? I'm cool. I could go there in my next life if I wanted to. Fuck it. This life is for this place though. I'm cool. I be thinking about all that other shit because you're gonna have to create a space station on Mars, nigga. If a vessel or one of them sections pop open, bro, all the oxygen gone. Like you done for. Any little thing pop off, nigga. Your whole civilization you trying to create is up out of there.
Then they gonna resell the land.
We gonna start over, man. We gonna do it better.
Hey, but nah, on some real shit. If y'all want to see what Mars looks like, take a tour through Arizona. That shit is Mars.
I've been seeing that too, though. I ain't gonna hold you.
I'm not gonna hold you, nigga. Being on the road, I mean, looking at that shit like, the fuck is this shit? Arizona look crazy as hell. No
They're not going to Mars. They can't go to Mars any fucking way.
Right.
Niggas can't even leave. That's why they was y'all think they've been to the moon?
Man, if they go back,
They go back. If
If
they
they-
go fucking back.
I don't think they've been on the moon, man.
on some real shit, if they can go to the moon and like start shooting off like fireworks or something that can be seen from like Earth and shit, like you know what I mean, and be like, oh shit, them niggas is really up there at the moon kicking it. If I see some shit like that, I probably still wouldn't believe it.
No,
but I'm
flip
just
out.
saying.
Nah, for real, like they gotta do something because
you gotta be able
why,
to see shit.
why when they do go, the camera systems on they shit be like niggas some 1800 type camera, like you know what I'm saying? It'd be some old you could barely see type shit, and everybody down here got 6K TVs and laptops, and you know what I'm saying? It's like
Shit.
why y'all can't get no clear pictures of the shit y'all got? It's always on some blurry, distorted type, you know what I'm saying? Shit.
When I be seeing them outer space on the wherever they at, and like it's still dark out there and shit, knowing that the sun is out there, I be like, all right, bro.
Huh? You can't see no stars, nigga, nothing, bro.
It dark to the motherfucker out there. Like, nigga, what a sun at? I thought the sun was X amount bigger than the fucking Earth. So we see
And
Earth.
they always be using a bubble lens camera and shit, a GoPro or something.
But how is it dark up there? Them niggas.
This nigga stupid.
Lights be off. What they say when the lights are off? They always say the lights off and shit.
Them niggas go like when the Earth is blocking the sun every time. Like, nigga, Earth blocking the sun. Like, nigga, you know how big y'all say?
Like there ain't no blue skies up there, huh?
Nothing. Nigga, no stars.
It's just dark.
Fuck it. Then you get like that little angle of sun and shit. Like, does it be sunny just a little bit?
That's true, huh? Hey, probably because you ain't got nothing to reflect the light off of behind you.
Well, yeah, that could be true too. Only thing they need to do is pan and show us like some different shit. Like show us the second rock from the sun. Right?
I know, huh? Give us a different view.
We
Hey,
need
show us-
something
Show us
substantial.
the moon from hey, you ever notice those shots? You don't never see the moon either.
At all.
It's
That
only
should be the number one thing that they show, if anything.
to show that it's up there with the sun.
Yeah, it's not too bright. It's just the moon, baby. Like nigga, just pan to the left. Be like, nigga, all right, we finna show y'all niggas the moon.
Yeah, they gotta do a better
Let it-
job
hey.
at convincing motherfuckers because what they doing right now is just not enough, bro. It ain't enough.
Hey, put a Batman logo on that motherfucker. Let us know it's real, man.
Something shit.
Hey,
Batman.
young Vincent in the building. He said, I got a question
What's poppin'?
about the ocean. How does it stay round with the earth? Should it spill out of somewhere, or are we really on recycling ocean water or spilling into space? That's what he was saying.
Like, how the fuck is the water standing in the
Like,
ocean?
how is it sticking to a ball and not,
Yeah.
especially if we spinning at hella miles per hour and we moving through the solar system? He's like, why isn't the water just flying off of the ball?
There's a vortex.
So is this a flat earther type of thing?
It's ultimately that.
It kind of, yeah, that's what
what
it
it
is.
sounds like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a vortex down there that's keeping the water in place.
It's that motherfucker is flat, bro.
He said, fuck it.
I ain't
Go
finna
straight
beat
to it.
around
That
the bush.
motherfucker flat.
I ain't finna beat around the bush, nothing. It's flat. Fuck it, it's
Straight to
flat.
That motherfucker
Fuck
flat.
it.
That shit flat, man. I'm right there with you.
I mean, what's the other explanation?
I know. Gravity.
That's why he said, well, we're
Hey,
spinning around and
I-
this and that.
Gravity.
He asked me this question before, and I said gravity and shit too. But gravity get a little tricky nowadays.
Oh yeah, it do.
Gravity get tricky.
You know when they use that water experiment where it's like they throw like a rock in the water and the rock will sink to the bottom, but then you throw like a piece of wood in the water and that shit'll float. It's like, what the fuck? Gravity ain't pulling that shit down either. You know what I mean? Like, so.
Right.
All right, real quick. My bad, I don't mean to cut you off.
No, you good.
Real quick, since you since you guys are flat earthers. So is it like a dome or something? Because I heard a couple theories about like we ain't cracked the dome or something like that. We ain't cracked through it.
Yeah.
Like there's no way that we're getting out of space because there's a. So can
Yeah.
you tell me like your like your perspective, your point of view?
Yeah, I would say there's a dome. You could call it a dome, but
Dome?
like a layer that we can't penetrate. That's why I was saying they ain't no going to Mars.
Okay.
They gonna talk about it and make it seem like niggas is in Mars, but they ain't going nowhere.
He said they ain't going nowhere.
See, it's just like, and I know.
That's why I'm not even going. I just. Hey, I ain't going into it.
No, you good. But if
I don't
we're
like this conversation.
he said stratosphere. What's at the bottom of the ocean?
They don't know.
I'm saying because if we talking about oh damn, we got a young Achilles in the building. What's poppin', Sonny?
What's good, Cuzzy? What's up, man?
What's up with the young life?
What's up, Cuzzy?
But what's at the bottom of the ocean? And when I say that, I'm not saying like animal life or no shit like that. I'm just saying like if you keep on going down, what's down there?
because if the Earth is flat, and that's the ground, right?
You gonna hit something, huh?
Yeah, but okay, so let's keep going.
So,
what's up with that?
Or you not?
Right.
or like, what if you pop up? What if you pop up on the surface?
See?
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you going down so much that you end up going up. If that makes sense.
I can dig that.
Right.
Okay, but let me ask you this. Let me ask you this to piggyback off of what Uncle was saying. You know, when you go down to the ocean. Okay, boom. So when you're going down, right? Therefore, it's no longer flat then if you're going down, right?
Oh shit. And see, that's what we finna go to, right?
The Earth is no longer flat if you're going down, right?
I mean,
how far?
But we're talking about water, right?
Hey,
so look, I got you. But look, hey, that's a good question. I'm talking about the horizon though. Yeah, when you go down, but even you going down, it's still gonna be, it's like you're going down. Every level that you go to is still gonna be flat. You see what I'm saying? But it's like it's in layers. It's in layers. Cause like in water, right? When you go down so far, the pressure, you feel me? Like you reach certain layers of the water. So it's the same thing as the sky, like how you got a stratosphere, you got an exosphere, you got all these different layers of the sky. You got the same shit with the water. Like you go down so much that you start hitting these different pockets of water and shit. But I don't know, like once you get, we only can go down so far before we ain't got the technology to keep going.
And we can only go up so high.
That's why part of
so you know, so this how you said, what if we go down and we come up? So what if we go, so are you saying we can go up and come down?
Hold on, that was kind of choppy, but I think I understood what you were saying. But
what, is it the same as if you're going up so much that you're actually going down?
Yeah. Since you said, you know, what if you go down and come up?
I see what you're saying. Because
Yeah.
if you go up so much and you hit that layer, you can't go past it.
Right.
Then it's like, what is that on the reverse
Right.
end?
Reverse side, right?
Right.
Right. I see what you're saying.
But if there's
It's got to work both ways.
Right.
if we're talking about, because Achilles just now said that there was rocks at the bottom, at the very bottom of, I guess the ocean, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we could go into like how they used to show us like pictures of the globe, and you got the water, then the mantle, then the crust, and whatever, like, you know what I mean? So, but if we're talking about certain parts of the water, that's where you was talking about self this pressurized, that we haven't even went to a certain depth of what that looks like, right? Oh yeah, you could join Trick us up.
I was trying to send here, I got it. I'm gonna send it to you on Facebook Messenger.
Yeah, it should be in there. But if you keep on going down to where in the water to where you can't go, this nigga said he was trolling. But if we go down to the pressurized to where you can't go no more because there's so much pressure, how do we know where the water stops?
Right.
Or if the water stops.
Right. And that's the same. This is what I'm saying too. And I can say the same thing answering that question as far as going up to the top. I just feel like we ain't got the technology to get past that layer.
So is there, if there's no technology to get past that layer, is there?
Can you get past it?
Layer? Yeah. Is there a layer that you're supposed to get past? But
I think that's why the layer is there. You know what I'm saying? So you don't get past it in a sense. You know what I'm saying? But then it's like,
you gotta unmute yourself, Neff. Achilles said it don't stop.
I said it's the restriction area.
Okay, I fuck with that. I fuck with that, son. Okay, son.
Because like, look, well, see, because if it's how I'm looking at it, yeah, I don't know. It might like, because what would that be once you get out?
Achilles said the gravity of the water and the circumference of the Earth's surface is a non-stopping thing of water. So he said it's infinite.
The water is infinite?
He's saying that shit is just at
Oh,
the bottom is just all.
That's what I was saying. That's kind of where I was at with it. You feel me?
But see, because a lot of the times the dome that Neff was talking about, people refer to as the firmament, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I have to go biblical just real quick because I don't want to mix in science with with biblical shit. But according to the Bible, the firmament was a separation of the waters.
Right.
Of the waters. Exactly. Like, so it's this water versus that water. So imagine that everything outside of what we know is the waters.
Right. I mean, water, they say water is the incubator of life. It's the, you know what I mean? Like, so that yeah. It seems like it's all water.
Yeah. This shit is 70% water, right?
More than that.
80? 85?
Mm-hmm. And it mimics, the body and shit.
Exactly. So that's when the shit get a little tricky because it's just like, okay, does the land, if we go so far down, because I know Son said he was trolling earlier, because if it's rocks down there, what's beyond the rocks?
Yeah, exactly. I think you pop out somewhere else. You feel me? Like on the other end, man, you pop out the sky or something you know what I'm saying?
Just fall back.
Niggas start falling back down into a whole nother space. For real.
Hey, that's funny as hell.
Achilles said, do you think it'll be sustainable to stay on other planets soon? I don't think that they can get there. That's where I'm at with it. I don't think they can even get to these other planets. Like, what they looking at in telescopes ain't like a reachable place like that. I'm thinking they reflections.
Yeah, let me ask real quick too. So when we say sustainable on other planets, right? it's just like, and I'm not trying to be funny when I say this, but it's almost like, can humans morph into being dogs and shit, right?
Yeah.
Because the what it takes to be on some human shit is what everything that we have. Like, you know what I mean? So there's certain frequencies for everything when you start busting down, what the formula is for what we are. And just like we were saying earlier, so Earth is however much water, our body is however much water. Like, you know what I mean? So the
Mhm.
frequencies match and shit, right? And so, but if we're talking about a whole different planet, we would have to ultimately change our whole genetic makeup in order to fit there. Like, you know what I mean? So
That's like that movie. What's that movie called? Oh.
it's like a can it happen? And if you say it can happen, then we would ultimately, starting right now, would be preparing for what that is. Like, you know what I mean? But that would be some type of cosmic situation to where now we're evolving into something else. Like, you know what I mean? Ultimately, we wouldn't even be human at that point.
Yeah, that's true. And he used the word sustainable because it's like,
As humans.
yeah, and for how long? You know what I mean? Because you have to transport everything that's here to where you going. You know what I mean? It's not like you can go there and just start drinking the water that's out there and start eating the foods and crops and shit. Like none of that shit's for you right now. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna have to take your water out there or at least be able to generate your own water, generate your own oxygen. And then at that point, you're sustaining that just to be able to like you're damn near at the bare minimum. It's like how do you flourish?
Make that full transition.
Yeah, exactly. Like because you ain't gonna be able to go outside. You know what I mean? Like they ain't gonna have oxygen levels on Mars to where niggas could just walk outside without masks and suits and you know what I'm saying? Just the whole like their days is longer, so your whole circadian rhythm gonna have to change, bro. Like literally everything would be changing on you for real.
He said swim to the bottom of the water in California and end up in Hawaii. Hey, on some real shit. On some real shit. He said like a space colony where it could easily have a lifestyle. Yeah, easily is a tough word though.
Yeah.
Because that's just like if
You never know.
If you look at certain fruits and plants and shit like that, some of them can't even go from state to state. If you understand what I'm trying to say, there's some plants that grow just like you said somewhere in Hawaii that you can't bring here. It'll fuck up the ecosystem, like you know what I mean, and they understand that. So, some of the times it just depends on what the vibration is. Yeah, not to ask. So to answer your question directly, it's like, yeah, you could probably. It won't be to the fullest. You won't be living it up.
Yeah.
You'll be bubble boy like a motherfucker.
And like you said, it's by default, it's gonna change you as a whole person.
Right.
That might not be for the good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you eating all these artificially grown fruits and vegetables from some artificial light, and you got artificial oxygen, artificial water, all this stuff. And it's just like, man, what? Y'all under different pressures and just all that. It's just it's a lot to put into consideration and to really execute that shit for real.
He said when the flying car is happening.
They already happening. They already happening. You ain't seen them flying, bro. They got flying cars already. They just not like, mainstream to where everybody got them and shit, but
yeah,
they got them for sure.
They got some, but he said like this is like on some jets and shit. Because I remember when we was in 6th grade, they was like, yeah, by the year 2000, we gonna have flying cars.
Huh?
Niggas was juice. Like, nigga, what?
Right. Treek, what's up, Trika?
What's up with Treek?
What's happening? We're real close to flying cars, though. Y'all know that, right? So
we in there for sure. They got them. It's just.
I just want to say, ain't it crazy how all the shit that we thought about as kids was never gonna happen? Phones without cords, nigga. Phones without cords.
Man,
think about that.
Yeah, a phone with a TV, or you know what I mean, that you can watch shit on.
My kids don't even know about dialing phone numbers on a phone. When I talk to them about, oh, you know, I have to use my mama phone to call my friends, and they're like, what? Why you have to go home to use a telephone? Because that's what the telephone was hooked up at, right?
Man.
Right.
But I think that for the most part, I'm gonna get over the fact that the shit is where I thought it would never be 20 years ago and adjust to it and use it to my advantage, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that a lot of people that grew up thinking that that would never be possible, we would never have cars that didn't need gas and all that type of shit, they're stuck in that mindset. So they can't see past it. And that's where we need to push through because, hey, it's here. It's proof
Mm-hmm.
already. So you either get with it or get behind it type of shit, right?
Can't be one of them grandpas that don't want to, you know, update to
Don't
the
want to
new
change their
software. I
style
know how to
because they've
use
been
this
doing
one.
that
This the
shit.
one I'm on.
Or that
I've
rotary.
been doing this for 50 years and it never failed me. And now, granted, there are some things that don't need to be changed. Like some niggas need to still be instilling that, hey, we need to learn how to plant and grow shit. And I think
Mhm.
that's the biggest things that I lost when my grandmother passed away is that she was the only one that was teaching me how to have a farm.
Oh shit. Yeah, that's
Mm.
it.
And I didn't know what that was back then. I was like, Grandma, back here planting these goddamn tomatoes and plums and shit, making jelly all day. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it
That's
was
still like you know
it
how to
was
do it.
beneficial and we just didn't see it. And I think that's what we need to get back to. I don't know what I jumped in on. I just
No,
popped
you
up.
good. I think that the more that we use technology is going to eventually take us back to not
Who we
needing
were,
technology.
Yeah.
who we truly are. Who we truly are. And
Yeah,
I think
We keep trying to make stuff that is what we are and shit, just externally. You know what I mean?
for sure.
And it's like,
yeah, I think a lot of people get so scared of technology, but they don't understand this is who we were already.
yeah,
Exactly.
That's why you feel something in yourself when it's introduced to you because this is who we were already, and we're just waking up and remembering the technology. How the fuck they built pyramids?
exactly. With coils
And
under
we
the
we
ground, and
can't
they
replicate
harnessing
it
the
right
sun
now.
energy, and then transmitting sun energy to
Can't Okay, let me
all
ask y'all
types
this
of crazy
question.
stuff.
Can we physically manufacture a pyramid right now
No,
in within like
not
2
like
years?
those.
Not
No.
like how they had it. Yeah.
Have you looked at some of the stone hedges? And there's many. There's not just that one big one. But if you look at how intricately, I hope I'm saying that right, but
Hey,
how
keep rolling with it.
precisely those stones is cut and them motherfucking stones is a ton each. We didn't move that by manpower.
Mm-mm.
So I didn't mean to get on here and get real woo-woo, but I mean,
You
just
good?
to distract from how it went last last conversation. Like I said, I had a headache because he was saying a lot of the same shit that y'all was saying, just in a different way. But he wanted his point to be number one, and I think that's our thing is that whole competition. Ain't no fucking competition.
Yeah. And we kind of touched that earlier with the how do you determine what's true and what's false. But for me, it's just like as soon as if you out your own mouth say that everything is connected and everything comes from one thing, as soon as you start saying that something is not a part of that or something is false, then we know that you may not be standing on the whole truth. Like, you know what I mean? So that shit, it is a
Absolutely.
little different.
And a download I received recently is like, yeah, there are a lot of different beliefs, different religions, different everything, but it all came from one. It all came from him. So if he had to put it out there a certain way for these people, these type of people to understand it, that's what he did.
Right. That's a
And if
fact.
he had to put it out there for us to understand a simple way, that's what he did. But it still came from the same source. So
Yeah. So but it's fun. It's fun to engage
It
with
was.
people. Yeah, because especially because my sense of humor is phenomenal, right? So when I see people, the tactics that they use in order to press what they trying to press is like, all right, I see what you're doing. Like, you know what
Oh
I
my
mean?
God. I don't
Like,
know if you watched back that fucking video with the chats, but we was over here in the chats going wild
I was
because
watching this shit.
the shit that that man was saying, it wasn't that he wasn't saying anything that was unbelievable or stupid or didn't make sense. It was the fact that he was doubling back on a lot of things that he was saying
Yeah.
and a lot of things that y'all were saying. And it's like, yeah, they just said that, but you told them they was stupid for saying that because you didn't hear from your book. And it's like, okay, but you saying that, man, they just hear things and hear things, but you just hearing things. So it didn't make sense. I like I said, I had a headache.
Yeah, it's and for me, it's even though because I still get to learn, right? And at that point in time, I'm just learning, just like I said, I'm looking at the tactics, I'm looking at the mathematics, I'm looking at how
Mhm.
he's putting his presentation together and why he stands on what he stands on and how he stands on it. So I'm just peeping the game, and that's why. So
And
when you
he stood on his business, no doubt.
for sure, when you start asking questions, though, right? Some true questions. When you ask true questions, it makes you think about certain things from a different perspective. So when you said that he started saying things that was against what he previously said, that's because he had to rethink about what we're asking him. Like, you know what I mean? So we're just giving him different math equations so that he could look at it from a different perspective. Does it still stand true to him? I mean, shit, you never know. But at the end of the day, we saw the flip floppy, like, you know what I mean? That nigga had on some true slides.
Towards the end of the conversation, he was like, you know what, fuck this. When people get frustrated like that, that's how you know, like they something hit them. They like, fuck.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
good.
believe what I said. And
Yeah,
that's okay. That's part
learn
of growth, right? That's
hey,
learning.
shouts out to Prince Christian. I see Christian in the building and shit too. And I still, even though we had the show that we had, I still want Krishna and him to have that debate.
It was
Because
good.
yeah,
It was
because
good.
he was ultimately saying, like, specifically about like some Buddhist shit, like being on some false god shit, and then Krishna asked him like one question, and he misrepresented what the
Lost
whole
it.
thing
That
was. Like,
nigga went bananas.
yeah,
He
so
did not know.
I want to see that play out.
So you was killing me, and we're not gonna have to talk about this conversation no more. But my nigga, you know when they say like you got to watch out for the quiet ones,
Uh-huh.
that's you because you didn't say shit a lot of time, but when you did, it was like, oh, okay. This what this nigga been sitting on for the last 2 minutes. Okay, he was waiting for you to give him that intro, and
He was
I
talking
mean,
himself to the grave. He was doing it to himself. You know what I'm saying?
He didn't know
Like,
he
I
was
see he's right there. I'm like, all right, yep. I'm gonna have
yeah.
to go ahead and put you up in there, man. You gonna
yeah,
have
the whole
to
time
come
he
get
was so
in.
brave with a
And
shovel.
then what the fuck, Woon? Was you flying an airplane or what, my nigga? Like the interference was crazy. I was like, is Woon in an
Towards the
airplane?
end.
Oh no, she's talking about when Mike was on. That was whatever Mike's
Oh,
background was. That was Mike's background. I don't know what that was.
Oh, I
yeah,
thought
that was
that was
Mike.
you. I was
Nah,
like, that truck is loud as fuck.
nah,
Shit.
I should be silent because I need to hear me think.
Silent. Yeah, that part.
I'm
That part. Both of y'all are silent attackers. I've learned that over the years. Like
we,
y'all like, okay, I'm gonna take in everything you gotta say, bro, and then I'm just whack, back, 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 back. Yeah.
yeah. Questions.
Y'all be doing
Yeah,
that.
man.
That's what I'm saying. Questions be a motherfucker. Like I
He,
don't have a lot to say. I just got a lot of questions.
yeah, exactly. He came in. Did you, man? I don't know if you caught when he had came in. he came in fiery, like you would
I
have
did
thought.
catch it.
Yeah,
I
you
did
would have
catch
thought
it.
he was the host of the show. Like the way he came in, I'm like, oh,
I thought it was his show as much as he was talking. And then when people try to talk, he was like, well, you gotta let me talk. And I'm thinking, like, nigga, you've been talking the whole fucking time.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I thought it was your show. But yeah, no, it wasn't. I mean, I'm not saying I didn't agree with some of the things he said and I didn't learn nothing from him. Of course, that's what a build is.
right.
But it's the way that you enter the conversation, you enter the room. There's a way of respecting people. And I just was like, hey, he's not very respectful. um, but at the same time, I think he learned a lot from being on the show too. Because I know he left with a lot of questions about the shit he was learning in his book.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's what it's all about. It's
Yeah, it'll do that for sure.
Books is books. We all have the same fucking knowledge. We just don't tap into it at the same time on the same fucking frequency. That's it.
Yeah. Mhm.
what do you say? You got to be able to handle that kitchen.
It get hot in there, man. It get hot. Sometimes that heat be a little bit too much for certain cats, and
I mean, I don't invite people to just come on anybody's show just to come on. Like, unless you can handle it. I don't think that he was Chris. Is it Krishna that was on there with? That was
Krishna was on
sparring
there.
back with him.
Yeah,
Who
yeah.
was going back and forth with him that he wouldn't let talk?
Everybody.
Everybody, yeah. That was everybody for real.
Yeah, but now with on that type of time, it kind of fucked me up when the other boy came on and he was reading Q&As out of the book.
And
And Selfmade was trying to ask him a question. He was like, "Yeah, hold on, but wait, I'm gonna read these Q&As out the book." I'm like, "Let this nigga speak." Like, why don't you want this nigga to ask the questions that he gonna ask, but you're reading questions that the author put in the book?
Man, they just want you to take what the book is saying and that's it.
But
Don't
why
listen
would
to
I
me,
do that?
listen to the
Because
book.
that book was written by a man, correct?
Exactly.
So why wouldn't I question everything that is written by man? And on top of that, you got the most patient Selfmade. I will give you that. My nigga Patience of the Year award because that nigga was trying to get at you. You was like, no, but what you said was
You gotta go back to what you know what I'm saying?
I appreciate y'all for not letting people just come on here and just go willy-nilly on shit and just think they just go on a tangent and what they say ain't got no kind of, not rebuttal, it's not a fight, but it's like everything that you think is real may not be real, and maybe you need to hear something from somebody else.
Yeah, see, and it's not, we just don't try to, get at the people because it's the book, really. But at the same time, we have people that's watching. Like, you know what I mean? So they, just like I said, they had a Q&A written in the book. Those are standard, in my mind, standard questions. Yeah. Typically, when me and Selfmade are asking questions, nigga, we finna make you go back to...
And they got a standard answer for it, too.
Right. So it's just like, if you see people watching, then it's just like, we can't let you cheat the people. Like, you know what I mean? That's not gonna happen.
And that's exactly you ask him a question, he'd be like, well, let me just keep on reading real quick. No. Let's deal with this first. And then we could, you could keep on reading.
This ain't no read along, nigga. Let's talk.
Yeah.
What the fuck is you saying? Like, do you believe in this? I think a lot of things he didn't even truly process them and believe that. Like, you can tell when a motherfucker believes that. He came off as a believer in the beginning, but as the conversation started to dismantle his arguments, it was like, well, oh shit, maybe I'm gonna just give it to y'all youngins. Y'all want to do this, and he started distracting from it. Like, no, stick by your word. You were sticking by this book for a whole 2 hours. Stick by your book.
Yeah, see, the belief, and I'm not trying to knock it, but the belief system, it's supposed to, if you understand that you're under a belief, you're supposed to be open to all things. You ain't supposed to shut nothing down.
Yeah.
Open-mindedness.
Right.
That's where he lost me. He was not open-minded.
Right.
Yeah, so it's just like, at least be open. And he was, I think for the most part he was, but I think that, again, like sometimes when it's your first time, it's just like, nigga, I don't want to take this L.
He was like a fucking rat in the corner. Don't you if you back a rat in the corner, like he was firing like that. It's like, no, we're not even trying to come at you like that. We trying to like tell you we agree with a lot of shit you saying, but you fighting a lot of shit that you know is not true. So
they don't want to die, man. They don't want to come out the grave, reborn. They trying to stay where they at.
I give up on trying to bring niggas out the grave. I did that all last year. I'm tired. I'm good. I want to say what I say to you, and then you do what you do.
Yeah, no, that shit, it's work. We gotta, we can't.
I'll never stop, but you know what I'm saying?
No,
I ain't gonna force it.
Yeah, because you really can't.
And, that's proof right there. You can't force shit.
Yeah, you can't. And it's just like, but
that nigga had all the facts laid out in front of him. He's like, nope, not going.
I think when he got off the show, just like I said on camera, that nigga was like this. You feel me? When he got off the show, that nigga was stuck up under them covers like them niggas is scary. Like, nigga, that's some scary ass shit. Imagine you come into the party, you think you got the biggest guns, you got your guns and shit. We come through with a cannon. You don't want to die.
Surprise, motherfucker.
You don't want to die, so you're gonna say all the right shit, but it's just like, nigga, you already smoked. We already got you in the scope.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But but we used to be a whole lot worse. And I think everybody knows that shit. We used to be a whole lot worse to where we didn't give a fuck.
Who are you telling? You telling your audience right now, or are you telling me?
I know you know. I'm just saying. I'm talking to the audience and shit.
Oh, okay, because I've been here from the beginning. When that shit used to go like 4 hours. Because y'all was shoot niggas up left and right and they didn't want to go home. Just go home and sew your wounds. Like, go home and take care of your babies or something. Like, why y'all fighting over here? Stop. These niggas is not gonna stop. But yeah, that's why I was like, it reminded me, what's old boy that used to come on y'all show all the time and be fighting y'all, but he would never really show his face. That's what it kind of reminded me of, that last show. And I was like, oh God. He was homeless for a while.
Oh, Nashaya?
I'm on Nashaya. Oh shit.
Well, he used to come on here and be going in. And I was like, oh, this reminds me of old times, right? But I'm not about to be on here for 5 hours with this motherfucker arguing. I'm not. It was good, though. I'm glad to see y'all back. I'm trying to get back myself. So,
yeah,
y'all definitely got to pull up, Y'all help build my show. So, it always going to keep building.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Just invite us, Gucci.
Yeah.
Come on there and talk some of that shit.
I was watching some of our old episodes and I'm like, these niggas have never been chill on my show. They just come in and just fire off. And I appreciated that.
Yeah. I mean, especially back then, like, just like I said, when it's a lifestyle, like, you know what I mean? You can kind of choose which energy you want to be in and shit. You feel me? But I think your show is a lot more chill than our show, because we be accepting all. Like, not to say that your show ain't, but when I say accepting all, it's just like Christian, Hebrew.
My show is a lot more chill.
Yeah.
Because I kind of tailor my shows to make sure that everybody that's coming on there is gonna kind of get along, but they may have different agreements. And y'all open y'all shit up, and it really opens shit up. And maybe that's something I should do more of.
Yeah, I mean, because when it's open like that, and now just like I was saying about oh boy, if he was a little bit more open, then the show we would have probably just been on some regular type of time, like you know what I mean. But just like so we're open, so we have that same level of all right, we open with this shit. Y'all could come build with us. Y'all could ask us questions. Y'all could, you know what I mean, all the different shit. And a lot of people don't notice that we don't have a specific thing that we stand on.
An
Right?
agenda. Yeah.
Yeah. So when it comes down to just them understanding, like, oh, these niggas really shoot from the hip, right? These niggas don't, because we're not encased or I don't want to use the word trap, but we don't just stand in one place. We're everywhere. Like, you know what I mean? So on that type of time, it's just like when they figure that out, they're like, oh, well, these niggas is all across the board. Like, you know what I mean? But so on a religious type of time, it makes good for a good conversation, because when they start figuring that shit out, then that's when you see the backpedaling and all.
Yeah, that's when you get the real shit.
Exactly. So then it's just like, oh, okay, these niggas is sharp. And we shoot. This is a lifestyle. We do this shit all day, on and off camera. Like, you know what I mean? So it is what it is. But in terms of just having other people come on and just like I said, when we start having shows about relationship shit and all this other shit,
y'all not gonna have no motherfucking relationship shows. What you talking about? Y'all got all these angry niggas coming on here. What the fuck?
Yeah, now I posted a clip today, and that's what we started off the show with, just talking about that clip. And it was like some
What's the clip?
Damn, hold on, what was this shit?
With
what is the main topic? What is the baseline of it?
I think, was you up in there that day?
It was with Karmic. Nah, I don't think she was in there.
Oh no, that was Lovejoy that was in there. Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
But it was ultimately about, is there a gender role when it comes down to if somebody's trying to break in your house and you got a man, the woman, and a kid there type shit. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I was in the comments. I told you I'm active. The fuck? If this nigga is not with me, then please believe he's not gonna be there after the situation is situated. Because we both supposed to be at that front door.
I can fuck with that.
Mm-hmm. That's what a lot of people said.
I'm about to say, what did most people say? The girl's supposed to stay in the back and just wait for him to handle shit?
Nah. It was.
I saw a lot of men saying that.
Okay, so if my nigga is like, baby, don't come, and he's serious, like, don't come, I won't come. But if we under attack, it's not just him, it's we.
Right.
And we out here. I'm gonna know where everything is at to go get that thing. And I'm gonna be right there. I'll be behind him.
Right.
But I'm about to be there.
Yeah. I think that was the consensus amongst, the majority. As far as, being there. But then having a protocol for the kids. Because I was saying, like, okay, female, go grab the strap, and
put
then
the kids in the room, lock the door. They know what it is.
In the room, or y'all get in the closet, whatever. Boom, don't come out till
don't come out till I come get you.
But yeah, other than that, it's like, yeah, it's
I was just gonna ask you, what would be your response? Would you want your girl like to make sure the kids is good, or you want her to kind of be out there with you?
I'm the for sure. Like, you gotta go get them settled first, and then come out with the
with the woo.
Right. But in that
they
first
didn't know
instance,
back
it's like,
there.
go check on the kid, and then
check on me.
Situation, yeah, exactly. Come on out there.
That's a real ass shit, though. Come on out there.
Mm-hmm.
Don't leave me by myself now, mama. Come on.
She said we setting it off actively, huh? For real.
We setting it off.
Yeah.
You're not just about to take my nigga down like that.
Just leave him out there. He gotta Some of
We
them was
gonna
saying
fight
like,
at least.
yeah, someone was saying prepare the kids and just don't like, in a sense, like just leave the kids and then just it's both of y'all just fight.
Nah,
I'm
hell
like, that's
no.
cool if the kids is on that, but if they get to panicking and you never know what, you know what I'm saying? In
My
a
kids
situation
just
like
got to
that.
know where the weapons is in case mama don't come back and
Huh.
you feel danger.
You
Look
gotta
out
know
for
what
your
you're
little
doing
brother and
too.
sister. You don't let nobody hurt them. While they're in that closet, there's weapons in that fucking closet. Trust and believe.
Huh.
Not gonna leave
You
my
gotta
kids
show
unarmed.
as long as they know, you know what I mean? Like they got the right guidance behind using the weapon and knowing how to use it and what under what circumstances and all that, then hell yeah.
But
They were talking
have you
about
ever
what's the
like
what's the
watched like
youngest
the
age?
videos of siblings and they when they have like younger siblings and they really just it's just naturally they innately look out for them. Like
Yeah,
it's innate. It's not something I mean, I guess it is something you taught. Like I remember my mom always telling my older brother, watch your sisters. But you know what I'm saying? But to really like look out for them, that's
mm-hmm.
something that you don't really teach. That's just in our blood. That's something that we're going to do.
Yep.
So I have confidence if I have children that they have enough smartness to take care of each other. If
Mhm.
they think that I'm not there, I'm not going to be around, or I'm in danger. You know what I'm saying? Like, and
Right.
maybe that's a lot of confidence to put in kids, but I think that people don't give kids enough um
Yeah. Credit.
respect
Yep.
because they smarter than us when it comes to that type of shit.
Right.
Because they
Situation.
purely going off of their intuition. They don't have nothing else. They don't have experience.
Yeah, that is true. Yep. That intuition, yep. That's if that kick in. They gonna figure it out. They gonna do something. You know what I mean? However they feel about it. That's why it's like as long as you guide them and show them the right way, then it's gonna be the right type of intuition that kick in to where they, you know what I mean? They go into that mode.
And how many times have you not heard the stories of the little kid that came out and saved their parents because they had that fucking thing and they came out there and pulled
Nah,
up?
nah, for
Every
real.
now and then I'll hear a story about that. I'm like, what? 8 years old?
Mm-hmm.
Cap that nigga? Okay. Okay. And
uh,
I'm not saying that's good or great, but at least that child had the mindset to think of protection and
mm-hmm.
doing what's good for the family. They wasn't scared. A lot
Yeah,
of adults is scared
yeah.
and wouldn't even protect their own people because of they scared.
They freeze up. That's what we was talking about. They actually get into because a lot of them ain't been in situations like that. So then when it actually happens, they freeze up and don't know what to do. You know? So you never know. You never know. They may fuck around and freeze up. Like Woon was saying, shit, your man may be the one to freeze up.
And you think that nigga ain't gonna hear the end of that shit? I was
Ah,
like, nigga, I had to bust the nigga 2 times in the ass. And where was you? Where was you? No, I wouldn't do that. But like,
ah,
come on. And I
you
think
never
that
know.
what you guys were getting at is the gender identity role type of things. And
Mm-hmm.
if women feel or if people feel like the man should be the first one there, yes,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely.
Yep.
I think the man is the head of the household, no matter how independent I am and how independent I think I can be. If I am in the household with children, my man should be the first one at the door. And I'm going to be right there behind him. But I'll make sure our kids are safe and then I'll be there.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, that's probably why I don't have no kids because they be military trained. You hear shots, hit the floor. Get your brother and sister in the closet, shut the door. You know where the knife is. It's tucked up on the trench coat in the corner. Make sure you ready in case somebody open this door. You don't open this shit until I say so, though. I'll be right back.
Huh.
Training, man. My bad, y'all. That chai tea was running through me, boy. I was like, oh,
Okay, we didn't need to know all that.
Man, you killed the whole bottle damn near.
yeah. Hey, that shit is delicious. I'm not gonna hold you.
Huh.
And I froze it a little bit too, so it was
For
like
real?
You need to switch
Got
to
a little
almond milk
slushy
or
or something,
something.
nigga. A little chai tea slushy.
That chai tea with almond milk from now on. Don't you leave that regular milk alone.
I'm telling you, that shit is fire.
Huh.
Oh yeah, but while we hold on, because I forgot to fucking real quick.
Mhm.
Shameless plug. For the people that's still in the building right now that is new to the channel, I am an author for children's books. I got 5 of them G things out right now. As you can see, the titles right there, The Nature of Mother Nature. I can still feel adapting to being adopted, go out and play in super different me. All them motherfuckers is fire as fuck too. Buy it for your kids, your nephews, your homeboys' kids, your cousins.
Huh. All the kids.
That's just for everybody. You feel me? And shout out to everybody who done already tapped in with the motherfuckers and shit too, for real.
Yeah.
Feel me? I'm able to
Okay, so I got mine, and my
Uh-huh.
kids they're doing mini book reports because they're in elementary. But I told them you got to read this book and give me 3 good things from the book that you learned.
That's dope.
And it's because they don't want to fucking go out and play. And it's an after school program. Get your ass up. We about to go outside. What are we
Right.
doing? So I appreciate you for making your books, creating your books.
No, I appreciate
Whether you
Mhm.
know it or not, people are taking notice, and it's a movement.
Mine. They
I
in
got
the back.
mine.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. I appreciate y'all, man. That's how I'm able to get like chai tea and shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Okay, but I'm gonna need you not to get so much chai
that's
tea
how
no
I'm
more.
doing, y'all.
Nah.
Chai
No.
tea ain't working for you. It's upsetting you.
Hey, how do you take this shit down without taking it all the way down?
Like that.
Oh, you just hit the top thing right there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's Gucci. Okay.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the chat, everybody that was chiming in, tuning in.
We
I
got my
can't see the chat on the screen like we used to be able to see the chat as it was going.
Oh, for real? See, yeah, they done
Change
must
some
have switched
things.
it up. Yeah, on your end too. They done did some updating.
Shout out. We had Achilles in the building. Shout out to
I
Sunday
know, right? Shout out to the young life.
coming in asking them questions. I'm like, okay.
Huh. Yeah.
Everybody that's on the book
What
right
are the questions? Did anybody bring up no relationship questions?
No, I was not outside of that one.
Yeah, we got to have a whole show just about relationships. I think somebody
Well,
recently.
I don't think people know y'all talk about relationships on this podcast.
Yeah, it's probably about that time. We ain't did one in a minute, man.
Hell
I
yeah.
think it
Those
is.
were some good shows. So
Because it's a whole war with men and women going on right now, and it needs to be ended.
Yep. Yeah,
Because
we got
we
to do
all
that.
need
That'll
each
probably be
other.
the next one.
Yeah, I think we should go ahead and do it. Fuck it.
I think so, man.
Okay, so how do y'all feel about all these female rappers being hella masculine?
You said being masculine? Hey, shit, I think they feminine in the motherfucker. But I think that, because if we gonna talk about that, we gotta, because somebody asked me that earlier, and I'm like, man, if you listen to some of the shit that Too Short and them used to talk about, it's just like, nigga, it's
Are
almost.
we talking about women though?
No, that's what I'm saying. So it's almost like it was like a pimp whole mentality, even in relationships. Right? So now
Always.
so now women is like, nigga, I ain't gonna be in that position for that long. You feel me? Like, so these new women are just like, nigga, please, you think I'm gonna be that? Like, I I forgot the name of the video, but the woman was the young girl was talking about something to where, yeah, you know, well, we the bitches is outside. It's a, you know, whatever hot girl summer, and they literally had a nigga that was sitting down like in the woman position, like sitting there like a bitch in the video. And I'm like, ask me for no video right there. You gonna play the weak nigga while we run it? Like, no, that's
crazy.
That work.
I don't think that's the answer.
But
I don't think that's the answer. I get what you're saying. Like, you know, the roles have, you know, women trying to flip that shit. But do you think they have to be so much in a masculine energy and not much more in a feminine energy and can still do that? Or
I think they, just like I said, I think that they're feminine. Because they still popping pussy. They still doing woman shit. They're just, you know, they just hey, they just saying we here.
but they're still doing the shit that when the masculine energy was the strongest, it made women stand out, is what I'm saying.
I was gonna say, I think that's where it all comes into play. Is like, I think rapping in general is looked at as like a masculine thing.
Yeah.
So when females start rapping, automatically they like, oh, they hella masculine because rapping is they not singing. Singing is supposed to be soft, and you know that's where you
But
get.
singing is nigga shit too. Don't get it
I know,
past me.
you're right. But I think, like growing up, there was way more female singers than female rappers. So now it's like them taking on the rapping role doesn't necessarily mean that they masculine because they rapping. So they
That's
could.
not
You know
why
what
I say they're masculine though.
Why do you say that they masculine?
Rapping don't make you masculine. You could be a feminine rapper. There are plenty of feminine rappers, but I'm talking about the energy that they're bringing with the rap and the personas that they carry. For me, it is a little bit more masculine than it is feminine.
Now, if we talk
Now,
about
like, if you hear a bitch walk up to you like, nigga, I don't give a fuck. Like, how would you feel? Like, is that feminine or masculine?
If we talking about like a young MA, that's masculine.
Right. But
Me
like a
personally,
Cardi B,
I wouldn't talk to young MA. There's some female rappers she can pop that shit, but she still got to understand. I still look at you as a woman, so you know what I mean. Young MA, she like, nah, my nigga. I'm
talking about a Glorilla, a Sexy Red, all of them.
They still feminine. They still like motherfucker.
Yeah, I think so. I think so too. Because they be talking, they be on that. It's not, but like,
energy though, I feel that. I feel it. But how do you like, say for instance, right? If somebody's given what I was trying to say earlier, right? If somebody's been in this suppressed state for so long, you can't come out and be timid about anything that you're trying to do, right?
No, you can't. But y'all niggas know me. And if I came out with a song tomorrow and I sound like any of these little young girls that's popping their shit right now, what would you think?
She came up out of her shell? Like, is that trick? That's trick.
No, you wouldn't, because I've been talking this shit on a regular energy for a long time. It's not, I don't have to get that aggressive. I guess that's my whole thing. And I'm not, like I said, I don't got nothing against them. That's their shit. Pop it. They
it
young.
could be some industry shit. It could be some industry shit where it's like
pushing that narrative too.
It's
a lot.
They gotta appeal to both races.
And that's what I was trying to get to. Do y'all think there's a narrative that's being pushed with that kind of energy?
If you look at MC Light, when she came, she had that roughneck video. Remember, she looked like a straight nigga in that video. You feel me?
I thought she was gay.
Some people say
see how you say what's her name? Young and May. They got another stud, and instead of rapping, she's really singing, like blowing though.
That's hard.
you know, but she's on some, you know what I'm saying? She's on that same type of time, but it's just she ain't rapping, she's singing. So I mean, I don't know. I think you get them in all shapes, sizes, and you know what I mean. Like they come,
Forms.
yeah, they come in all the forms when it comes to music. It's just another way of expression. Like,
Yeah. Because just like I was saying, like MC Light, I'm even back then I was looking at MC. I'll take MC Light down still to this day. Roughneck, if she want a roughneck or not, she'll get this. She'll
Did a woo neck. Okay.
because she was dressing in a jean suits and Timbs and you know what I mean, rags, and it's just like MC Light. I still know that you're a woman. You will still get taken down.
But see, I feel like back then, her and Queen Latifah, they both had to kind of incorporate that masculinity into their rapping for them to get accepted. But I don't think that you have to. I don't think you have to do that these days.
Yeah, that's true.
And I don't listen to all of that extra stuff because it just doesn't resonate with me. Because, I mean, of course, I'm hella older than these little rappers that's coming out, duh. But at the same time, like, even in my hot girl days, I was gonna listen to a girl that was talking about nigga, fuck me in the ass and all that shit. Like, I don't get with all that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, and that's just a sign of the times because even with that, these little niggas be stuffing backwoods with quarters and shit. We had a 0.5, 0.6 maybe on a good day.
Maybe that ace is gonna last me the whole week. What the fuck are you talking?
Niggas will smoke a whole quarter in a blunt in your face. You're like, hold on, my nigga, we still smoking? Like,
yeah, right. They keep on going though too.
Be high as hell, still smoking.
Still smoking. But I think it's just like a sign of the times and shit to where, you know, but I fuck with it. I like for them to express it in such a way that it's just like it's free. But just like what Self was saying, is just like, you know, it can be like an industry influence on that to where, you know, there's a certain narrative that got to be pushed or how they push it. But at the end of the day, it's just like, nigga, I ain't taking no shit. I wouldn't want, if I had a daughter, to say, yeah, well, listen to this song where these songs where, you know, niggas is talking down on women. I would direct them to, you know, straight to, you know, and be like, hey, these women popping their shit too. You ain't got to be timid to these niggas. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think about that, and I think about the songs I listened to as a kid growing up that I had no business knowing all the words to. I Get Around and fucking I Got Five on it, and fucking Ain't No Fun. Like, I can't believe I sing that at the top of my lungs, and they ain't talk about nothing but disrespecting women and that shit. So it's just, you know, I don't think this is what it does come down to. Music is the string of life, right? And I think that sometimes we get so pulled away from what's being said in the songs by the rhythm and the beats. And that's the shit that connects to the soul. And we're not paying attention so much to the spelling that's going on with some of these songs. And I think that that's the thing that we got to pay more attention to because it's subconscious. Why are you laughing? Am I being silly?
Oh, no. I'm laughing because you reminded me of a story, and my son was on here earlier. He vouched for me. My son he had to be like 6 or 7, and we was riding in my car and shit. And you know, I'll be playing the music that I play when he's around me or not. Like, you know what I mean? I wasn't filtering what I was listening to at the time and shit. And so Dope Man come on. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm in my zone and I'm slapping this shit. It was once said by a man who couldn't quit. And my son was like,
Dope man.
Have another hit. And I was like, whoa. And I had to check myself. I'm like, damn. You know what a dope
programming.
But I was like, damn, I need to stop playing certain shit around my son because even though I know that he doesn't know what he's talking about, right? But he still knows the lyrics, like, you know what I mean? So then we had to have that conversation And then I actually took him with me to go see. This is around the time that Straight Outta Compton came out and shit. You feel me? So I took him with me to go see the shit and, you know, just tell him stuff. But I have an open conversation with my son, like, you know what I mean? So it get a little different. But that shit threw me off like a move. I said, hold on.
And he might not understand it today,
You
but
know,
if he listens to it enough, eventually down the line, it's gonna make sense to him, and he gonna be like, "Oh, okay, I know what this is talking about right now. I'm about that business."
yeah, so you know, but it's but again, just spinning the block back, it's just like, you know, for these young ladies that's out there, you know, industry is the industry, expression is expression. Are we in it for the business? Is this a business or is this personal for them? Like, you know
It's business.
yeah, so if it's a business, they gonna do and say everything to stay popping, stay relative.
Yeah.
All the time. You feel me? So it's just all about mathematics and how you want to, you know, keep your algorithm and shit popping. And you know, it is what it is. Like I said, like if I had a little daughter, I, you know, just like where's the balance at? Who you listening to Sexy Red, then you listening to who? You feel me? So it's just like if the sometimes the balance gotta be there. But if there is no balance, then you gotta become the balance for your child.
Right.
And if they grown, shit.
Hey, if they grown, that's none of your concern.
Exactly.
But as children, I think that it's crazy how many kids, little kids, know all these songs, and you know, it's just a thing. You know, it's cute to put on social media. It's cute to put on my reel, on my TikTok, or whatever, whatnot. But it's cute right now. What about in 10 years? Like, what do we have moving forward in 10 years?
It's everything runs in cycles. So you're gonna hear some different shit. That Lauryn Hill, Erykah Badu face is gonna come back around and shit.
You think so?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, in cycles, yeah.
Yeah, imagine, you know, you got niggas as players and shit, but eventually they wanna even Sugar Free just now had a baby. Too Short or got married. Too Short just had a baby. Like, you know what I mean? So all that extra nigga fuck bitches and where's my wife with all this extra shit. No, like nigga, life happens. Like, you know what I mean?
That's facts.
So eventually
I helped host the show that Sugar Free was at, and he's not pimping like y'all think he's pimping. He's settled down. He still got a long ass ponytail, but he's still getting old. And you know,
ponytail that was driving him. He used to like whisper in his ear and shit. And
I can't. I can't. I don't know if the ponytail still whispers in his ear, but it's still there.
Oh no, and shit.
Got the activator.
I can't.
It can't whisper no more. That motherfucker actually got to talk.
It's yelling now. It's yelling.
Oh shit.
That's funny. Damn it. Damn it. I'm not gonna be able to look at that nigga the same again now. So thanks. But yeah. I mean, none of y'all got daughters, so you good. I think it's a little dangerous atmosphere for the girls out here right now. And I mean, not to say it's none less for the boys, but the girls, I think we really got to look out for. So that's the only reason why I brought that up. Like, are these rappers? Would you let your daughter listen to them and be okay? I personally no.
Yeah, my son be sending me all type of shit, and I be like, cause he be putting me up on the young niggas. I be like, who is that? And he'll send me some shit, but some of the times he'll send me something they got like samples, and he be like, man, I know this song, and I'm like, yeah, cause I used to write around.
Yeah, cause nigga, we've been in this song for 40 years.
Right, but then I have to listen to the lyrics and what these people is talking about. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I ask them, you know, you think what you think about it? Like, you know what I mean? So it's always I like that he keeps me on my toes with the new shit. You feel me?
Keep you young.
Hell yeah.
You be talking like you old, nigga. You only 30 something.
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, my birthday next month. I'll be 27. I have my son at the sweet age of 5, baby.
You was a goddamn lie, baby.
It said 5.
Not 5. He was joking at
It was
5.
a miracle, baby.
Artificial insemination.
Miraculous conception.
Huh.
Yeah.
Sweet baby Jesus.
Sweet baby Jesus.
But nah, yeah. But I fuck with it though, man. I love to see the evolution. I love to see what's that? I love to see the recirculation. I love to see all this shit.
Oh, it was raining. What's
Oh,
popping?
we got Rainy in the building. Okay. What's
Hey,
poppin'?
hey.
Can you guys hear me?
We
Yeah.
can.
Okay.
I can see your background. It's looking all wavy and shit.
Right. I'm about to go get some mushrooms real quick. Hold up. I'll be back.
A lot of frequencies going on over there.
Yeah, it's a little litty in here.
Sanctuary.
This is what I do right before I go to bed. You know what I mean? I've been listening to y'all most of the time anyway, just kind of cleaning up, getting ready to head to Sacramento here in a couple of days. So, you know.
Oh, brace yourself. Lord Jesus Christ.
Hey, I am excited to be honest. I'm going to court to get my record expunged. So.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, all blessings to you, sis. It's good.
Mhm.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I was listening to what you guys were saying about like the music and stuff, and like I do have a daughter, you know what I mean, and she's 13, and I just noticed like even with like cell phones and stuff, like our kids right now, you know, we got to be mindful of what they're seeing and what they're hearing, right? And I remember like one time running across Cupcake. I don't know if you guys ever heard of Cupcake, but like one of her most popular songs is called Deep Throat. Hell fucking no. My daughter is not about to listen to no Sexy Reds, no Cardi B's,
Oh
no.
my God.
You know what I mean? And I
Right.
was like, who the fuck is Cupcake? She's like, oh, my friend told me to listen to this. I said, this is what we're not doing. You know, and it's like, I have an 11-year-old son. He can have a cell phone. My 13-year-old daughter, she can't. You know what I mean? So it's really, I think it's like a case-by-case thing too. Like, I know there's times where I'm listening to certain music and I'm like, ooh, do I even want to listen to that around my kids? You know what I mean? It might even be like love music, but it might be a little more detailed than they need to hear too. Right? So I don't know. I just look at it like, these female rappers nowadays are nothing like the female rappers back in our day. I mean, don't get me wrong. There was like raunchy shit growing up. You know what I mean? When I think about like Two Live Crew and songs that I knew too, you know what I mean? But it's like the access that our kids have to this. And, you know, when we think about like, you know, 10 years from now, our kids posting these videos with these songs. And I told my daughter, you know, when she did have a phone, like, you got to be mindful of the music playing even in the background of what you're posting, because eventually an employer could pull this up later on in life and be like, I'm not hiring you. You know, there could be ripple effects and consequences to the music that our kids are listening to. You know what I mean? How they're promoting it on a social media platform, especially now since it's so easily accessible too. You know what I mean?
I think that is one advantage that we did have too, is that we didn't have all this recording of what you listen to, what you're doing. Like you were able to have those moments where you might have made a little mishap, you know, but everybody don't know about it. You know, that's your learning experience. And I think now it's so upfront about whatever is going on in everybody's lives that it makes it difficult for children to just be children and learn through experience instead of being kind of forced into experiences, if that makes sense. Absolutely. And I think for me, yeah, we had female rappers that wasn't all goody, you know, but we also had others that were. And I think right now it's just the polarity of it all is on one side. And like, you know, like they said, like Woon and Self said, it's going to swing back. But I'm not trying to wait until it swing back. I want to, you know, put that awareness out there right now. We ain't got to be a part of the swing back, be a part of the get back. So,
yeah. See,
I don't have no daughters, so I reach out to you, girl, because I know it's gonna be difficult.
Yeah. I got a 13-year-old and a 15-year-old, but I just think because like my kids, they don't just listen to this new era music too, which I'm so grateful for. They'll be like, "Hey, put on the Gap Band," and I'm like, their friends don't even know who the hell the Gap Band is. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm blessed to have kids that I've exposed to a lot of different, music and different times. So they'll want to listen to the Temptations occasionally, and I'm like, "Really? You want to? Okay." So that's kind of a good thing that they're not just so overly consumed with like the music now, because I know like Woon and Selfmade was talking about, is it, them, or is it the agenda too that they're pushing, and I remember even seeing this interview with Cardi B. She's like, I rap about certain shit because I get paid more for that than had I been rapping about something different, So there is an agenda that's pushed upon it, and they're going to make more money if they're pushing that type of agenda,
It is.
So,
It's a whole bigger agenda with all of this shit.
Exactly.
I saw some sex sales.
Yep.
Sex been selling.
For $40, right, Woon?
Man.
Is that the
I had to
price?
throw that out there.
Shit, that's cheap. That's them tax money, the tax money prices right there.
No, $40.
Man. Right.
Man.
But Woon, what is your take on this? Like, do you feel that the reason that women are going through rap in this manner is because they're narrative, or because that's how society really is?
It's always a variable when you look at one thing. I mean, because it could go like a lot of different ways. Somebody could, as far as the females are concerned, they could have came up in a society or even a household that wasn't right for them. Like you understand what I'm trying to say? So on that type of time, just like
That's the life they lived.
Yeah, what does that energy go to? How do you express yourself? And for some of these women, the music is that, like, you know what I mean? So when it comes down to that could be a factor. Being able to express themselves in a certain way, like, you know what I mean? Just like I said, like the business of it, it's a lot that goes into it, but it's just like, I think that even when they get to a certain point, like, you know what I mean? It's just like your whole career is going to be this. And if it is, that's fine. But when you start having kids, like, you know what I mean? And you start to get into a certain thing, you're going to have to eventually change that. Imagine being like in your 30s or whatever, or even past that, and you still talking about my booty always brown. Like, nigga, like, all right, what are we doing? Like, you know what I mean? So I just
My God.
I'm just saying. So it's just like when it comes down to the level of, okay, well, this is this for this time. And like, so some things I don't oppose, but it's just all about, because I don't have daughters, but I have nieces and I have cousins, like, you know what I mean? So it's just like when it comes down to that, it's just like, okay, are we able to have this conversation with them? Do they know what this is? And like, sex ed, like, you know what I mean? Like all these different things that may be an outside influence. Do we talk about this in the home? Like, you know what I mean? Do we have conversations with these kids? Like, you know what I mean? So if we do, then the shock value from the music is not really going to be anything. Like, it's not going to influence as much if you already influence them to understand what's going on for real. Like,
I don't think that a lot of Black parents do that though. So a lot of kids learn from what they see on social media, on TV, and from their friends and stuff like that, instead of already having that solid foundation core of this is what it is, because I've had this conversation with my dad, or I had this conversation with my mom. I don't need to be doing all that to get anything. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's just,
not to cut you off, but a lot of it is being socially aware and shit too. Like you get even on the dude side, like, you know what I mean? You get people that rap about that shit. They don't live that shit for real, like, you know what I mean? But they just want to be a part of what's in, like, you know what I mean? They probably don't even. I mean, I'm just saying, is that shit get tricky, like, you know what I mean? So even if women is listening to this music and reciting and doing all this other shit, they don't. A lot of them don't partake in that shit like that for real.
5:00 p.m. They at the house. They ain't out there twerking and shit like Glorilla said. They is tired. I'll be in the bed when she talking about she's at the club. You know what I'm saying? So
But
I
it's
get it.
entertainment. It's fun. It's it's being
It's
young.
fun.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Self, what you got to say? I see your mind just over there.
I like wait, missed it. I ain't gonna hold you. I had to go run in the house real quick, but I caught the tail end, but I don't know the full. You feel me?
It wasn't nothing. We were just talking about these kids and shit.
Talking about that WAP. Everybody know what that WAP is.
yeah, these kids.
That's what comes from that WAP, for sure.
Mm-hmm. You already know.
Nah, I mean,
But like exposing
we
your
gotta
kids to certain stuff. Nah, I'm not. Yeah, same over here. You know, you gotta in time. You know, because they're gonna introduce themselves to all this shit anyways. So you just want to make sure when they do, you guiding them the right way so that they got the full understanding.
they're not caught off guard and hella like, oh yeah. You don't want them to be like, oh, this is new. Let me figure
Mhm.
this out. You want them to be like, oh yeah, my daddy, my mama told me about that bullshit. I don't need
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
Yeah, that shit get tricky. I remember taking my son to my hood a few different times and showing him hood people all the shit, and he's seen some shit. He was like, "Oh shit, okay,
Mhm.
yeah,
Don't want that.
you don't need to be involved in none of that shit."
Yeah, for real.
Because no bullshit, I think most of the shit I got into as a kid was because I was curious because I didn't know shit about it. Or because people told me, oh, you don't need to know nothing about that. Instead of explaining why I need to be involved in that, So let me figure it out by myself. And, that's not always the best look all the time.
Yeah.
That's how I came up. So as you know, we came up, man. Them experiences. Hey, but you know what I
I
mean.
wouldn't take them back, but if I had kids, I would have more conversations to prepare
They
them
don't go
for
through.
shit when it popped up like that.
I think that goes to actually allowing our children to ask those questions and us
Yep.
actually giving explanations and education instead of some parents' responses because I said so or that's the way it is. Because I've heard people say that, and I'm like, well, aren't you going to tell them why that's the way it is, or explain like why you perceive it to be that way? Because
Never.
necessarily the next person isn't going to perceive that, and at the end of the day, no matter how much we do educate and give explanations to our kids, at the end of the day they're gonna make those decisions regardless, what I mean, of that type of education.
Exactly.
They're gonna be on their own journey, to figure things out, whether they know they're right or wrong. Sometimes we got to go out there and experience those things ourselves. That's I think the scary
Experience is
part
the
about being a
best
parent.
teacher. Yep. Experience is the best teacher. But a
Right?
little heads up could have helped me a little bit.
Yep.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Agree.
No lies, for real. And
Yeah, but we hit that 3 hour mark.
I know,
Yeah,
huh?
I gotta get off here, y'all. I gotta get my life together.
Thank you for sliding though. It's been a minute, since she touched the stage again. So but yeah, we got to get y'all on the relationship one.
I'm down.
We got to run that.
Show. Yeah, next show. Please pull up so we can talk about the women's.
We got to get
Don't
some.
talk
Gotta
about
get
us.
some
Talk
women
with
in here.
us. What the fuck? This nigga.
Hey, women's. No, I love women's. I'm gonna talk about it all day.
Not the women.
The women's.
The women's.
Yeah, bring them
I'm
on.
sure the
Bring them
women
on
love
in.
you too, Woon. Jesus.
Yeah, no, that's gonna be a good show. We got that one on the next one.
Oh,
Yeah,
So
just
let me know.
when.
I'll pull up.
Yeah, just let me know when. From Thursday to Monday, I'll be on vacation. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's on Woon, man. Let me know.
What day you say?
Thursday to Monday, I'm gonna be on vacation.
So you said those are the good days.
Those are not really. I'm gonna be in like California with family and like Great America and shit with the kids.
So you saying Wednesday we Gucci?
Wednesday would be good.
Oh, cool. All right.
Yeah, Wednesday definitely would be good.
Trigger, you good Wednesday?
Wednesday, what time?
Around the same time, like 6:30.
Yeah, I'll be good. I might tap in a little bit later than 6, but I should be good for the rest of the way after that.
Okay.
If we're gonna talk about these relationship shits, I don't even know what we're talking about.
What's the consensus? We should probably we want to get some chat feedback. Like throw a question out there and see what sticks.
Cause I'm open to talk about anything. So
right. Yeah, we could do that. Throw a little survey out there and see what type of relationship questions.
We're gonna see why women's is heartbreakers for real more than men.
Maybe because you deserve it.
So I've been told.
That's the type of feedback I want. It's y'all evil.
It's your fault. It's your fault.
Hey, I'm a Virgo, so yeah, I've been told that plenty of times.
I'm a Leo all day. You get what you deserve, nigga. That's why.
I guess I'm irrelevant.
Everybody means something, Woon. But you may be less relevant. Maybe less relevant.
I don't know. My heart is hurt.
Oh my God. We just talk.
Hey, y'all know I'll be joking all goddamn day, but I think it's gonna be a good show. As long as everybody just pull up and we can have fun and talk as because it's sometimes when we battle the sexes and shit, and when I say battle, because we gonna have to discuss some shit on what women do and what men do, and it's gonna be
it's gonna be a good conversation.
I get a little spicy.
Get the heavy hitters in here,
Yeah.
All right, well, I'll see y'all on Wednesday then.
All right, Drake. Appreciate you always.
Always. Much love, y'all.
For sure.
Have a good night.
You too.
Peace. Yeah, that's gonna be a good one, man. It's been a minute since we touched on it, so I'll look forward to that one. Switch it up one time. Those ones be getting spicy too. We be getting a whole bunch of people in here when them, them certain topics.
Hell yeah, them good, emotionally charged.
Huh? Shocking. Hey, you want to get shocking here? No.
Shock value. Hey, I'm gonna just come into that show just crying, just like off the rip. Just I'm gonna just cry shit.
Sad music and shit playing in the background.
Because I want to get some of the vulnerability from women for the men, like before they attack us. It's strategic.
Nigga, we better be in there ready to you feel me, with the shields and all this shit, man.
All this shit. But
ready to go.
Yeah, but I think that there's enough positive relationships out there that can sustain a healthy conversation about that. It ain't gotta be no war. You feel me?
Yeah, no, that's a fact. Yeah, man. Appreciate the chat. Again, if you still watching or if you're new, give us a subscribe, a like, share the video. You know what I'm saying? Help the channel grow.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna keep pushing. We appreciate y'all.
For sure. That's it. That's all I got, man. It's Gucci.
Another one in the books, man. We'll be back. We'll be back at y'all. Peace.
Going free your mind.